started to do some exposition last week, since that adventure arc was winding down and closing up. We do need to handle a few things. There are a few narrative encounters that will need to happen. So we're going to do that, and then you guys are going to check in on your ship when you get back to Saltmarsh. We're going to assume some downtime was taken, like we did last week, to heal and to purchase goods and all that jazz. And then my understanding was you guys were hoping to hop back onto your ship and maybe check out what's going on with these Sahuaghin attacks, maybe? So we could check that out as well. And then generally it's sort of a catch up on what's going on in the world and then what you guys want to do. I am going to give you the level 9 speech, even though you're not level 9 yet. You guys are at a power level, right? That it might not seem significant since the game supposedly goes all the way to 20, though it very infrequently does. You're at a level where people know about you. They know of your power and your reputation, the deeds that you have done, and they are going to seek you out for aid. It's just one of those things that happens. This is a dangerous world. Everyone's got problems, and you guys have a reputation now for solving problems, so it can be a little overwhelming sometimes because you want to help everybody, but you can't, right? So just sort of keep that in mind as NPCs start petitioning for aid and offering jobs and things like that, that you guys will need to decide democratically, I guess, which of these paths to pursue and which of these paths to leave to other adventurers. Don't ever feel like you are the only show in town. It is Forgotten Realms. There's a lot of other adventurers out there, so don't carry the burden of having to fix the entire world, because Torril's a Jupiter-sized planet, and you're looking at like the coastline of one continent. So really don't ever feel like you have to carry the whole world's burden. I say that, but there might be some stuff towards the end of the campaign where you do have to carry the whole world's burden, but we won't get there yet. So, all right. The first thing we need to do is get everybody in one place. So, ferrying yourselves back and forth between Saltmarsh and Daggerford. You guys went back. You got Ida. Ida traveled with you. Ida and Gellin traveled with you to Daggerford. Ida decided to stay behind. You guys needed to travel back to Saltmarsh. Did you travel with Gellin? Did Gellin go ahead? Did Gellin stay behind? I guess is a question I want to ask. Would you guys want to travel back with him? Or do you kind of like let him go off and do his own thing and you guys do your own thing?
I don't feel strongly. I guess I'd travel with him, but, whatever.
Okay.
I don't know how other people feel.
Like, pretty much just going back to Saltmarsh?
You are going back to Saltmarsh, but there will be like, I don't want to call it a cinematic, but there is an encounter that has to play out.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going with Gellin. He's a pretty stand-up guy. I like hanging out with him.
All right.
He loves hanging out with you.
Let's see. Oh, right. We got to get his actual sheet. All right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
With that face, we should definitely travel with him, I feel like.
Yeah. That's rough when you're not a bad guy, but you're a bad guy. It's hard. They should make a movie about that whole premise. I think it would do pretty well. So, then what am I looking for here? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Let me get you set up on there.
I have a question for everyone. I can take another tool proficiency with the living gloves. I'm already proficient in smith's tools, carpenter's tools, and brewing supplies.
What are the other options?
There's a ton.
Yeah,
Oh, God,
artisan's
okay, okay.
Yeah, I mean, but the gloves give you expertise, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Okay.
pottery is the one you want to go with, so I'll just throw out pottery as my recommendation.
Oh,
You can make a
Supplies.
shop where people go and they paint on them.
how about whittling?
Man, there's
Whittling sounds fun.
the options. Do we have anybody proficient in navigator's tools?
I don't think so.
Uh,
We
That would
hired
actually be a-
a navigator. but
Hey,
yeah.
I actually
redundancy?
am proficient in navigator's tools, but
Okay.
we can always.
And they go off of intelligence. That's good synergy right there.
Yeah, I have navigators and water vehicles.
Okay. Just pick musical instruments, and I'll just follow Turi around playing really bad music whenever she plays something.
So mean.
I mean, you don't have to decide.
I mean, he won't intentionally play bad music, but I mean, it's a charisma. My charisma's 8.
you just
Alright.
double your proficiency, so it's a +6.
Ooh, that's not bad.
So Gellin is going to leave the wagon and horses that he and Ida took to get to Daggerford there. Do you guys want to purchase or secure a wagon, or are you guys okay with making this journey home on foot?
How long is it on foot? Was it a day or two?
It's like 2 days.
Is that with a ranger?
With a ranger it would speed things up for sure. Yeah. So
I guess
shouldn't be a problem then.
I don't mind either way. We do have the cash, so
Okay.
we wanted to.
All right. We'll just assume ranger is good enough, and you guys will just kind of move at a nice brisk pace. Okay. That's less collateral. It's good. It's good. Okay. All right. So, as you are journeying, making incredible pace, I would say supernatural pace. Like, one class in the game lets you do that, and nobody ever plays it. So nobody knows how nice it is to travel really fast, because nobody ever enforces travel speeds or anything, so you never get to experience it. But man, when Illyria is around, you just move faster. You just get things done. When you take the right-hand turn at the fork in the road, where the Twin Lions Inn is that you guys have stayed at before, and you begin making your way along the road west towards Saltmarsh. You travel for maybe about an hour or so, which with Illyria speed is 2 hours of travel away from the Crossroad Inn. And you see, coming out of the woods, a great many lizard folk. Their crocodilian features, kind of well lit in the afternoon sun. They are very big for lizard folk. You have seen lizard folk this big amongst the Suriel tribe that you have helped out numerous times. But these guys seem like a bigger, tougher breed than the Suriels. These are Toothless's people. And seeing them, and thinking back to your tallish, maybe slimmer friend, he was not muscle beach like these guys. These guys are definitely they're definitely hitting the free weights frequently. So there are a great many of them. All of them look roughly the same. They like looking the same because they are perfect. So, it only makes sense. Let me take you over to the road, just in case things don't go well. All right.
What are the?
Yeah, so they kind of look like this, right? They got like rad mohawks and big throat sacks that bring all the ladies to the yard, that sort of thing. They are large creatures. And there are a good many of them. Can you see, or do I need to turn on the lights? Probably need to turn on the lights.
I can see.
any.
Well,
I am
Oh.
blind. Yeah.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me see.
Crash, can I also? I think at this point, even though he knows the cat is going to be pissed, he would bring the.
Oh, for sure. Yep. I mean, it's the cat would probably like a nice, quiet trip that doesn't involve you sending it off to die in some horrible way. So
I think so.
yeah.
This cat's gonna unionize one day.
There was a campaign I was in where all the familiars unionized. It was actually pretty fun. Let's see.
Oh, those are big boys.
Yeah, there's more of them. I have to move him over from the other layer. So here he is. Okay. Now with them are also some very small reptilian creatures. And they have dark black scales. The ones that look more, I guess, male-ish have like crests, whereas the ones that look a bit more feminine, again, these are reptilian creatures. It's hard to tell. They have a bit softer features. And let me move those over as well. Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm gonna take Tinkerer's tools.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
No, those are good.
I'm
I like
surprised,
it.
surprised you don't already have that.
Yeah, I think it. So Smith's tools, water vehicles, carpenter's tools, brewer supplies, tinkerer's tools. I feel like we're good. We're pretty meta right now.
What the heck's going on here? Roll20, you can do it. I believe in you.
These guys giving me like Feraligator vibes.
Right? I saw the art and I was like, yeah, that's definitely a Feraligator. But in like a kind of cool way. So
No, I like him still. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
I've always liked the idea of like gator folk for the lizard folk, especially the way they portray them in 5e. All right. Oh man. Okay. Here we go. All right. So yeah, amongst their number, you see about a half dozen of these small draconic creatures. They look like if Skull and Pharos didn't have any muscles and were really small and really mean. So, and had really bad artifacting on one of their miniatures. But yeah, they have bright green eyes, black scales, and they are small and quick. And there's definitely a cleverness, but also a meanness about them. These creatures call out to you, and this guy up front, or girl, it's hard to tell, seems to be the one that's leading them. And it says in passable common, Hold, you. Do you guys stop or no?
Was the U directed
Sure.
at anyone in particular?
It just seemed to be like the capital U, like all of you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let's see. You got this whole circus caravan. So, Celicer, your personal groom, quickly begins to back away, taking as many dodge actions as permittable. Lug of the Draw moves next to you, defensively, Pharos. Ebenfang moves behind Illyria. And you see that Gellin has sort of stopped and is just watching to see how you guys handle the situation. Buddy just hangs out in Pharos' backpack. Spencer would probably be right next to Illyria. All right. So yeah, the creature addresses you guys in the capital EU.
I mean, the cat will fly up to a tree, wherever a tree is.
Sure. Yeah, there's small trees on the side of the road, denser as you get further away from the road. The swamp itself is north of your current location, the lizard swamp. All right. Waiting for you guys to answer patiently. You can see all of these lizard folk are sort of watching you intently. These creatures are staying in the shadows of the trees because they absolutely seem to despise the sunlight.
I'll stop and I'll look. Nikolai will stop and I'll look to kind of Skull and Pharaoh to be like, "What do you think we should do?"
Skull's the one who knows lizardfolk people. Didn't he marry their king or something?
Other tribe.
That's the
Oh.
other tribe. Yeah.
But you know ways of lizard folk. Maybe you can talk to them. I don't know. If not, we can always kill them, I guess.
Oh, don't say that out loud.
Yeah, I will approach. And I will say, greetings, Rathroxus.
Okay. That seems impressed that you know the name of its tribe. Nods at you.
Why do you stop us on this road?
It eyes you and says, You are the dark-skinned dragonborn. Our scouts have spoke of you many times. You are allies with the foolish princess of the Soriel. You are the ones who have stolen from our queen. And as he kind of lets that kind of reverberate out of his throat sac, you see the others become agitated, and their throat sacs begin going a mile a minute. And you see these little creatures kind of get closer to the ground, and you see that they are wielding short bows.
What did we steal from your queen, mighty Rathroxus representative?
She seeks the return of that which she has made. The child.
Oh.
She received a message from a great spirit. The spirit told her, you have the child. I can look and see for myself. You keep it leashed like some hound.
Which child do you speak of? We are all young, in many ways.
Okay. It narrows its eyes, understanding that you, an intellectual like him, need things to be extremely spelled out for you. In no ways are his feelings hurt, or does he think that it's rude.
That's good.
Yeah. I refer to this small, black dragon. The one whose wings are currently bound to its body, who stands next to the smallish elf, who stands next to the strange aquatic hound, who stands behind you, tall warrior.
All right, that was pretty specific. Good job. Good job.
Now, our people have lived in peace for a long time, and our great queen would very much like to keep it that way. All you need to do to guarantee the safety of your people is return what has been stolen.
When you say my people do you mean my hobgoblin compatriots across?
All right. Hearing that he was not specific enough, he nods, appreciative that there is another intellectual here who needs details, and he says,
I should have spoke more clearly. My grasp of the Chondathan tongue makes it difficult for me to go into great and necessary detail, but I will try. Our queen will bring death to all softskins and any who stand allied with them. This includes the city of Daggerford and all surrounding lands, towns, villages, and duchies. This includes the Crossroads Inn of the Twin Lions. This includes the city of Saltmarsh and all neighboring farmlands and fishing communities. This includes any swamp druids or hermits found within the swamp. This includes, but it's not limited to, all of the Soriel who consider you to be allies and aided in the theft of this child. And this includes all of your delicious animal companions that you have with you. I hope that this has been thorough enough for you, warrior.
Yeah, Nikolai's kind of like thinking. He's like, he kind of nods, and he's like, Nikolai appreciates your specificity in who you might kill.
okay. He's feeling extremely proud of himself, because, like, these foreign language classes are not easy, when you're living in the swamp. His kobold teacher would probably be so proud of him right now if they could feel compassion for anyone. So, so he's just kind of waiting for you to hand over the baby.
Do you have are you the chief diplomat for your tribe?
He lets out a belly laugh chuckle.
Diplomats are for the weak. I am an intimidator.
Well, you're just certainly great at it.
Thank you.
Yes, we have never felt more intimidated today.
I don't usually get intimidated, but when I do, it's because of you.
Well, the queen wanted to come and collect the child herself, but I convinced her to let me and my warriors come.
Why does she want baby?
He kind of cocks his head, and he's like,
She will ritually consume the child and reabsorb its power into herself and grow stronger. This is her way.
Do you like your queen?
I mean, what? Like,
No, as in like, is
oh no! You ask him that in common or in draconic, or?
I'll ask it in draconic.
Okay. It just kind of like, it's like its face is just like so confused by what kind of, how could that even be a question, right? And you realize without an insight check that these creatures are total zealots. Total zealots. Yeah.
How's old Ebenfang looking right now?
Ebenfang is shrinked. Yeah, he's medium sized now, but he's like just as trying to make himself as small as possible, and he's just sort of holding on to Illyria Payne, who he has identified is the strongest among you.
Even with
Reason.
getting mushed?
Yes.
Mind mush?
I mean, Nikolai kind of thinks back to all the times he's been incinerated or breath weapon by Ebenfang, but I don't think he really wants to give him over. So he feels a little sorry, or a little sad, a little stressed about what's going on.
Gellin begins walking forward. They all sort of tense up a little bit. He has a lot of hair, which makes them nervous. So they don't like things with too much hair. And he leans in to the three of you, which would be Nikolai, Tari, and Illyria. And he says, you understand that if you deny them, you're damning all of us to deal with an ancient black dragon's wrath.
I mean, there's no greater music to Nikolai's ears than what he just said. But he's not going to do anything yet. He's going to wait. He's going to wait to see what people do.
I respect
I'm gonna-
all of you very much, Gellin says. And Luck here and I will back your play. But know this, if you mean violence against them, not a single one can leave alive.
While Gellin after Gellin says that, I'll
Yeah.
look at Gellin and I'll say, do you think there is a non-violent solution here, or are we kind of committed to a certain outcome?
He blows out his cheeks and he looks like off towards the sea, which you can't actually see, but it's west of your location. And he kind of says, well, we had an expert in these matters, but he is quite dead. I think our best bet would be Skull at this point, unless any of you feel you're more qualified to negotiate with cold-blooded killing machines that haven't changed their ways in thousands of years. Keep in mind, these are the unfriendly ones.
With that, Skull's gonna just thinking about that for a second. Yeah, he's gonna think about Toothless and like, yeah, maybe there is a play there. Yeah, I'll ask the. He didn't say his name yet, but I haven't asked him, so. I'll ask him. When did the Rathroxus decide to serve this dragon? Sariel had mentioned as much that they were a proud people.
Yeah, the lead lizard folk kind of narrows his eyes and says,
We were not always in her service, but intrusions into our lands, attacks by the softskins, restrictions on hunting and territory, and division in the tribes left us very little choice. She provides for us. She protects us. We do her will and become strong.
Can Gallon negotiate with a?
I feel like there's a chance here. I just can't think of like,
I
what to say.
step forward
oh, okay.
and I say, see if I can select myself.
The creepy thing about lizard folk is that they're super patient, even when they're shaking you down for your lunch money / baby. So they're totally chill. Is like just gotta sit here waiting for you to, being a lesser species, come to the realization that you need to hand over the baby. So they're giving you the time you need to work it out. So
I say, my people also have a display of power. Let me show it to you. And I crouch down into a little ball as though I were an egg and cover myself up with my cloak. And then I do this sort of interpretive dance of a baby dragon emerging into the world. And I stretch out my wings, like discover my wings for the first time, like look at them, stretch them out, like spread them in the air.
Yeah. They're like, what the fuck? Right? They're all kind of,
like start to get a taste for my power. I like discover my breath weapon and like breathe out of my mouth and watch things wither, and just the feel of power grows on my face. And after a minute of this, I am going to conclude my display of power.
They are
I'd say.
curious and patient. They watch to try to better understand their enemy, who is foolishly revealing her secrets to them.
We respect you deeply, and we respect your mission, and we respect, above all, your queen. And I'm gonna try to charm at least the one that I'm talking to. I'm trying to see how many of them
It's your
my
charisma modifier? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's 5, I think.
Okay.
So the leader, and then if I can
Alright.
see which one seems to be the leader of the tiny guys, I'll do one of those, and then the other 3 will be the closest.
Okay. You're pretty sure of the tiny ones, only these 2 were really paying attention. The other
Okay.
2 seem to be focused more on not getting sun in their eyes. But the 2 little ones up front. So, all right, let me roll some checks here. Okay. Also, anybody can roll a nature check, even if you're not trained, to confirm that their characters know what the little ones are. I mean, I'm sure player-wise you all know what the little ones are, but...
Thorgrim just imagines them to be like what Pharaohs and Skull would look like if they were little.
Well, seeing them, you guys understand a bit more about his confusion about kobolds, because if this is what the regional kobolds look like, I mean, well,
He gets it now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. And then for the ladies, and see, yeah. So that's where that confusion comes in. All right. Let's see. Wow, these kobolds are actually kind of decent kobolds. Let me see. They are at a +2 to their wisdom saves, which, you know, as kobolds go, is pretty good. Left and right. Okay. The right-hand one passes. The left-hand one fails. The one up front. Instrument of the Bard is any spell you cast using it as a as the material component will impose disadvantage to charm-based saves. So, like her hypnotic pattern, command, suggestion, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. All right, give me a performance check though, because that might factor in as well. So, Turi, go ahead and give me a performance for your interpretive dance of the life cycle of a dragon as told by a Selkie. Okay. It doesn't translate very well, but they were fascinated by what you were doing, trying to figure out if maybe you were sick or injured or something. But you kind of, once you started flapping your arms and moving your head around, I think they kind of got most of the message. They may have thought you were a rock at first. I don't know. So you're doing 3 of the big boys. Okay, here we go.
Sorry, I was
1.
doing. Well, I meant to do one of the only one of the little ones, whichever one
okay.
seemed to be the leader, and then 4 of the.
Oh, okay. All right. Unfortunately, the only one that passed was the leader himself. The other 4 that you charmed, yeah, they very much like you and like what you were doing. So this one definitely seems the smartest of the ones that you charmed right here.
Okay.
I will follow up on Therese' like amazing interpretive dance, I guess. And if it's somewhat clear that this big boy, lady, whatever it is not convinced, I won't really say this. I'll say it in my head. What I'm thinking in my head is these aren't the droids you're looking for. What I'm actually going to say is you will take yourself and guards away. you will report you could not find dragon baby.
Oh, that is a good suggestion. That is a good suggestion. All right, let's see what happens. Fresh wisdom saving throw. Let's see. Okay. His eyes kind of glaze over for a second, and he nods at you, and he says, "I'm
having an issue with my own thoughts. I can see the child, but I also feel as though I could not find the child.
It's probably a different one. You know, they look alike.
It turns to the others and says,
This is not the right baby. We must report back that we were unable to find it.
and then these three are like, yeah. And this one's like, the others are looking around like, the fuck, bro? It's right there. Then this one lets out a low warning sound in its throat, and the others kind of lower their shoulders a little bit, and they all begin to leave.
I didn't get their names.
All right.
We might be able to find them tomorrow if we come back.
Okay, so they're gonna head out unless anybody wants to do anything.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, in that case, as they fade back into the forested brush of the swamps, Gellin lets out a low sigh of relief. Luck just kind of makes sort of a kind of like gesture and face, like he wasn't worried at all. But he was really worried. This individual, yeah, they're like hiding behind some grasses, some rocks, like way down the road. It takes like 15 minutes to find them, but they eventually come back and join the party. Eben Fang looks distraught.
Poor little guy.
Talk to him, I guess. You okay?
He sort of narrows his eyes at you, and looks around at everyone there, and then kind of picks himself up and kind of shakes his rear flank and his tail, never taking his eyes off the retreating shadows cast by the very large lizard folk.
Well, the last thing I'm gonna do is let them take you.
He looks very thoughtful, and he says, in Draconic, because he's still learning Common, right? Or is he's picking it up pretty quick. He kind of turns to you and Pharos and says,
I think you've made a very big mistake. But I am grateful
and his face kind of blanches when he says it.
that you have done so.
I'll give him like a smile and like a playful yeah, like the weird proud of yourself look. That's like, hey, you know what? It's us. It's not we're we're never gonna let you guys take you. You're with us. It's no big deal. Very encouraging.
He has a look on his face that is certainly not convinced, and he just sort of says,
Well, I suppose we will enjoy the time that we have left together.
Okay. See that big guy up there, the one in the front that looks kind of scary with the big horns? He will kill everybody here before he lets somebody take you. Even me.
Did we hear him say that to?
I think they would probably have done it in Draconic, even though he is picking up Common very quickly. But yeah, in this instance, it would probably be just a Pharaohs. So, or anyone that speaks Draconic, yeah.
Point of order, I'm skulking around the Draconic to Common lessons and trying to learn like as much Draconic as possible.
For sure, yeah.
But
Yeah, I'll pick up Tari and thank her for that. That could have gone very badly. This thing is coming to a head quicker than I expected. We need to prepare.
Yeah.
Yeah, I certainly wasn't expecting to be waylaid on the way back to Saltmarsh. Maybe we should shake a leg.
Maybe we shouldn't travel with the little one out in the open from here on out.
no, wait, he still has his necklace on, right? His like weird
does.
anti-scrying necklace. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the problem.
You get the sense that these creatures have just literally been waiting on the road or near the road for your approach. Like they knew that this was a trafficked area, and like I guess they just been hanging out, stakeout style. You don't get the feeling that they were magically directed to find you.
Okay.
They had the look of like post stakeout sort of like numbness,
Yeah. What is good way to hide a tiny dragon? We could make it into kobold. Or what
getting too
can we
big.
do?
I
Yeah.
suggest that we walk as we discuss this.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course, yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys continue your journey back to Saltmarsh. As you begin walking, Nikolai, you feel a hand on your shoulder. It is Prime Water, and he says, "That was well handled. I thought Cherie had it, and then she didn't, and then you really stepped up."
It takes team to make things work well. Terry dealt with most of them. I dealt with the last. But I thank you, Mr. Primewater. We will continue to ensure that Saltmarsh is safe.
I have concerns. The creatures said that a powerful spirit let their master know that you specifically, and he kind of smiles at Nikolai, you being everyone here, not just Nikolai, had the baby. I mean, I know that the lizard folk are very superstitious and very primitive, so pretty much anything they couldn't explain would probably be a spirit, but why is there a spirit ratting you guys out?
That is a good question. Nikolai don't know. Are there powerful spirits in sea or forest here?
No.
Oh, is it that succubus? Maybe
It's
maybe
the
she's still.
succubus. It's
Yeah.
Succubus. Like Ferris not like massages his temples. Like, oh my fucking god.
I thought you killed the succubus.
Well, you can only get rid of them for a little bit, right?
Well, right. Yeah, I mean, that's my understanding, basically, right? Is that you banished her, so you can't return to our world.
And maybe she talks to others here.
Yeah. How is it that she's still hounding us, even though, we dealt with her?
I mean, they've been on a long stakeout. Perhaps she had already put out the word before we were able to kill her, and they've just been waiting to waylay us.
But how did she find out?
I mean, she saw him, right?
We did bring him to her party.
Ferris kind of looks around like, I don't know. Maybe I told her at some point.
Or that thing happened. that thing that you just said?
She was mad at me. I was trying to make it better, but she.
Yeah, you see Luck the Draw kind of back away from Ferris a little bit.
All right,
Mr.
it was-
Ferros, can she still read your thoughts? Do you talk to her at all?
Nah, the radio's kind of dead now.
Yeah, your
Uh,
connection to her is completely severed.
I mean, that's good, I think. Sorry, Ferris.
It's it's fine. It's just it was like I needed something to keep her happy, or she was gonna get mad at
Did
me.
it to save yourself.
Hey, I was trying to say I was trying to save everybody because she said she was gonna kill you. Well, everyone here, the collective we.
I understand that you were taken in by the creature and worked for the creature, but you had to give her something, so you equipped an even more powerful creature with compromising information about your new allies that would endanger your own home and ours.
You put it that way, it sounds really bad.
I doubt the dragon would be foolish enough to attack Daggerford or Saltmarsh directly. We have too many guards. We have too many arrows. We have Kelladek. The people of Daggerford have the Church of Lathander. But I don't doubt that she will rouse herself.
He gone.
Oh,
There he is.
Oh.
He's back.
Oh, that was weird. Yeah. So he's explaining the defenses of the town in Daggerford, and then says that he doubts that she would attack directly, but that she would make good on her word to rouse herself and her followers to once again make war on the region. The
right.
roads will be unsafe to travel. The guards will be pushed to their limits. The coffers will be drained as more powerful adventurers are hired to deal with these threats. Inevitably, she'll push for some sort of compensation, assuming she can even be bartered down to that. At least that's what's happened in the past. Her compensation last time nearly crippled the region financially.
Okay, that's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna give her Ebonfang. Like, Ferris looks very stressed. He didn't think this like quip he did would be so damaging down the line. But it's like but yes, this is my bad. You know, I'll handle it.
You'll handle it.
Nikolai comes over to you,
Oh.
Ferros, and he kind of like puts like a hand on your shoulder, and he says, "No, we will handle it, Ferros. We will make sure this does not endanger the region."
And I come up to Gellin and say, the I'm sure that you also have your stories. He nearly died. I think he may not have paid enough to undo this terrible wrong yet, but I have faith that he will. We need to give him that chance. I for one stand beside him as well.
I mean,
In the meantime, I hope you understand that I will have to alert the city council that this is happening. The town needs to know so they can prepare defenses against it.
Nikolai, I agree. This is very important.
This is going to be very bad for the tenuous relationships that we're building with the lizard folk. They will no longer be allowed in the city of Saltmarsh. Because the people will not be able to tell the difference between the friendly and the unfriendly amongst their numbers. It would be unsafe for any of the Soriel to visit or try to make business within Saltmarsh once news of potential hostilities gets out.
But Galen, surely a person of your philanthropic means and inclination could start some sort of outreach program. I mean, they're not all the same. It's pretty easy to tell them apart. It
Well,
seems a worthy endeavor.
What you can do, what I can do, is not the same as what the common folk can do. They are very basic. They will hear of a threat and become afraid of the threat. And then everywhere they look, they will see that threat. And that ignorance will spread like wildfire through their ranks. But I'd rather they be violent and afraid than unprepared for what might come.
Well, it's a real dog-eat-dog word out there.
Yeah, well said, Fireforge.
Another dog joke.
What are you talking about?
Well, let's return to Saltmarsh. You have earned a respite. I, of course, have more work for you, should you need it. But I understand if you need to attend to your own, your crew and your assets, your homes, friends. So, yeah. And he just keeps walking back towards Saltmarsh.
Yeah. Fine.
Okay. All right. Your numbers and strength deter any low-level random encounters along the road, and you eventually return to the city of Saltmarsh. All right. So, bustle, hustle. Saltmarsh. What has been going on since you left? Well, you guys already checked out and cleaned out the magic item broker, so that was taken care of. Your ship does return to harbor. It has made a decent amount of money in the time that it was out doing stuff after operating expenses, maintenance on the ship, all that good stuff. You have netted, oh my, you have netted 1,600 gold in profits.
Cool.
Nice.
I was thinking about just putting that back in the ship. I want to upgrade it, like accommodations.
Yeah, that's fine. I like that.
Okay.
Or we can is the crew feeling pretty happy? Like, what's their morale like?
Yeah, the morale's good. They hadn't run into anything super dangerous. Mostly the contracts they were taking were escort contracts, so they were just escorting like merchant vessels and things like that. Some of the loot that they got was actually because they were able to fend off attacks from a small Sahuaghin raiding party, and some of the Sahuaghin corpses did have some fancy seashells and pearls on them and things like that. So yeah, they're feeling pretty good. Nobody died, which is pretty remarkable.
Nice. Okay, cool.
I mean, I think perhaps we should give them a bonus or throw a small party in there. Illyria, perhaps leave them out of your apartment this time?
No. No one's allowed to stay in my apartment outside of our party.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, if you guys wanted to, given the size of your crew, you could throw a pretty impressive, like, you guys are great, drink your hearts out kind of deal for 50 gold, 100 gold if you wanted to go all out kind of thing. That would cover the whole crew having basically like a tavern to themselves, so that they don't wreck anybody's residence or whatever. And
Yeah, share stories back and forth.
Oh yeah,
See what we've
I
been
feel
doing,
like
what they've been doing.
100 gold sounds good. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Let me
Uh,
adjust this. 1,500.
Okay, fair enough. They are all ecstatic that they have done a good job, that you were impressed with the job that they have done. Justin, who is new to the crew, is like, if this is how it is, if there's Chuck E. Cheese party and they wheel the big TV on the cart down to watch Disney movies, like this is definitely the crew for me, kind of situation.
Mhm.
All right. I believe this young cleric or old cleric or middle-aged cleric was going to give it a go of hanging out with you guys. So if you don't mind adding him to your crew, there you go. All right. And then Pharos's page isn't really a member of the crew. They just sort of follow Pharos
Isn't
around.
it
It's Constantine's.
Constantine's? Nikolai's page?
Oh, you're right. Sorry. Constantine's page. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's
I mean, I know he's the noble and all, but
Yeah. This is what messed me up. But no. You have your luxurious locks. That's right. Yeah. So she just kind of, or they, depends on the day, I guess, just follow you around because they are blessed of Coralon. All right. Even Fang does not party hard with everyone else. He finds a shadowy corner, pulls a bunch of like junk over and makes like a little cave and then hides inside of it.
Yeah, I think Skull would comfort him anyway, because he's not gonna party hard. He's very worried about what has transpired.
All right. As you speak with your crew, they tell you that the next day they were going to go back out and try to track down a large raiding party of Sahuaghin that have been attacking fishing ships. There's a bounty, not huge, but there is a bounty, and it would be a good thing for the people of Saltmarsh. They ask if you would like to join them, since, you know, it's your ship and all.
I mean, Nikolai likes to keep Saltmarsh safe, so he'd be up for it. But if people want to do something different,
Yeah,
Okay.
Fargrim would be excited to do it.
Okay. They promise that they wouldn't stay out more than 3 days. They're going to give it 3 days to try to find these guys. But they want you to know that, you know, once they're out, they kind of want to stay out until they at least give it the 3 days or they find the threat.
can we lock Serge in a lead vault at the bank or something before we set sail?
You could certainly commission the construction of a lead coffin almost, because he's so big to put him in. But yeah, you could try to get something made.
Yeah, Pharos, what do you think? I don't feel great about the possibility of it falling into the sea. In fact, I feel terrible about it.
Yeah,
That's why I bring it up.
It's not a good idea. It's a good thing. And
We could-
like
you could definitely tuck it inside the new skirt
yeah, you put it in
Oh,
the
that's
weed.
true.
for now.
yeah, that works. I think.
I really want to.
Assuming you want
I
it
want to make it
in
like
your
a
skirt.
nice coffin if we can, so he's not as mad.
Okay, big political question. Do you go to the Dwarven Anvil and have the Chultans make the box, or do you go to the Dwarven Miners Guild and have the dwarves make the box?
Oh, well, we can just buy
Or do
the-
you just buy some
We have
lead
the
and have
dwarf make
yeah,
the
or do you have Thogrum make
Yeah.
the box? Which is in a way its own political statement.
Yeah, Argrim, what do you want to do? What do you feel like? What feels?
I mean, I can make the box. If it's just lead, you can get the lead, and we can make it for a little bit cheaper instead of being ripped off by the fellas here. You know.
Sure.
Copperlocks made my armor. It served me well, but you feel like you can do it quicker.
Yeah.
Feel like
Yeah,
the time is of the
lead
essence.
is a whopping 2 silver pieces per pound.
Yeah, I mean, I can make it in
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Okay.
All right. You go and you buy some lead. I would say the box that big. Let's see. Okay. FBI, please don't be upset. How heavy is a lead coffin? 700 pounds.
Don't
700
worry,
pounds.
you're definitely being tracked, Crash. So there's nothing to worry about.
Okay, so 700 pounds. Let's see. 700 times 0.2. Oh man. Okay. So what is this gonna be? 14 gold.
Jeez, I don't know. Pretty steep.
Yeah, call it off. This is horrible.
That's 9th level money. We're just not there yet. Sorry.
All right. So you secure a great deal of lead, and there are people that are curious about the lead. Yeah. While you're in the shopping district picking up the lead, that you more than likely would have to buy from one of the two people mentioned earlier, but you could probably cut them out of the equation and try to get it directly from the marketplace or from the docks if you really wanted to. Pharaohs, your boys.
Yes. Oh,
Did
yeah,
you want to take care of that?
Yeah. So Ferris will. He can let Evan Fane come if he wants to, but he's gonna make his way to his kobold compatriots, the ones that have been hanging out in that blacksmith, and he's gonna go up to them, and he's kind of teary-eyed. He's kind of feeling a little emotional. He's like, "Hey guys, I got some news. So, spoiler alert, I died." And
Okay. The two kobolds share confused looks. The blacksmith who has taken them as his apprentices at your request, being a noble and all that, he kind of seems confused as well. But because you're not dead, you're right there.
yeah, I don't know exactly what happened, but I'm back. I got a new rib cage. The whole adventuring thing is really rough, and so he fishes out his the spare signet ring that he got from those cultists. It's like, guys, I don't think you should be working for me anymore. It's I left and I couldn't do anything for you when I was gone, and I couldn't imagine what it would be like if you guys were just waiting for me here. And so I'll Ferris will hand him the spare signet ring. He gets down on his little knees to get eye level to the kobolds, and it's like, I call you honorary Jira and Tira Black Talon, and you're free now to do whatever.
The blacksmith, seeing this tender moment between non-humans, still bearing acid scars from your crazed adopted son, he says, yeah, I just want to put it out there. These guys aren't slaves, and I'm not a slaver.
Oh, okay, I know that.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know if you're being really dramatic right now, but you told me up front that they weren't slaves.
Yeah,
So
they're
that-
not slaves. They're mine.
Okay.
Quote unquote. We don't use the word slave, but they work for me essentially.
Right.
I don't-
Are you,
You're
so
fine.
you're promoting and firing them at the same time?
Yeah, it's kind of like they can start their own business now. Like,
Oh. Okay, well, boys, you just want to keep working for me?
well, it's up to them. Yeah,
And they kind of look around, and they're just like,
Okay.
and they turn to you, and they're like,
My lord.
nope, none of that.
Oh,
Pharaohs.
okay. Pharaohs,
Hmm.
we appreciate you, releasing us from our vows of servitude. We will do our best to live, civilized lives.
and they kind of nod at each other, like, okay, we could try this out. This is a thing that could happen.
Because there's no place for us anywhere else. And making stuff is actually very fun.
What now, your first job. I need some things. Then I'll like hand them off a list of like I hand them some gold. Then I'll give them some halberd designs of things I want later.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're like, all right, can you make something like this? And I like hand them some like drawings and like stuff. And
Okay, yeah. You could tell that they are confused by the gesture, extremely confused, but also excited about what it could possibly mean for them.
and I'll like leave them with the design and I guess like 50 of my own gold, and I'll leave.
Okay. All right, fair enough. As you go to leave, the blacksmith kind of grabs your arm and says, I know you're a busy man, but have you had a chance to take care of the competition?
No, we kind of went to the mine for the copper locks. We didn't really go any farther than that.
Well, we're kind of like struggling in third place here. So if we're ever gonna really make a name for ourselves, we need to get one and/or two knocked down a peg or two.
Oh, what do you suggest?
Well, you know that they don't like each other. Why don't you just play them against each other? You seem like a charismatic sort of guy. You're friends with that super handsome bard person. Just have them bamboozle everyone.
All right, we'll see what we can do. Not really.
Because your boys are working here now, and you know their success is your success. Their success is my success. My success is their success. We're all in this together, you know.
Well, yeah. I want them to be the best that they can be, and if that's something they really want, I'll do whatever I can for them.
All right. Well, sorry that you died or whatever. Seems to have lightened your mood a bit, though.
Yeah, it's did some soul searching, and with that I'll like
Okay.
nod him off.
Vutha Jesk did not want to travel with you
Okay.
to the blacksmith. In fact, Vutha Jesk has become a bit of a shut-in. He has his own little room down at the empty net. He just only opens the door to retrieve food. Seems to be in a real bad situation. All right. Does anyone else have any town business before you go out onto the water and hunt down some Sahuaghin raiders?
Go ahead, Thogrim. No,
Okay.
go ahead.
I'm gonna buy like a bunch of like raw materials like wood and
Nice.
some metal and stuff like that, and like everyone's just gonna see me making like me and my gnome friend making like trips in and out of the skirt portal, basically. We're just taking raw materials into it. We're renovating the interior.
That's pretty cool.
All right. Hype. Okay.
And I would swim out to my island.
Okay. So your island, when you swim out there, you know that when you're there and you're by yourself and you kind of let yourself start meditating or whatever, that you can hear that singing.
Yeah.
As you swim out there, you can definitely still hear it. There is maybe an increase in volume from the last time you've been out here, and almost sort of like a sad eagerness in the melody at this point.
I try to talk to them and I say I'm confused. What does this mean? And how can I help you be free? How can I right the wrong that was done against you?
And most of the songs that you sort of listen to, they revolve a lot around waking up, being freed, and mostly bringing about an end to this prolonged sort of state that they've been in. They're very mournful, but at the same time, again, there's that sort of sad eagerness in the music. As you try to commune with them, you get the feeling that they are distracted by something otherworldly. Yeah. You also receive an invitation to have dinner with Lady Primewater, Tari. You are allowed to bring whoever.
Okay.
Do you accept the invitation or no?
Yeah, absolutely. I accept the invitation.
Okay. So when you arrive at their manor, there is of course adorable Angela Lansbury gnome, the normal offer of free drugs and alcohol in their sitting room.
And I invite any from the party who want to come.
Okay. Does anybody want to go have dinner with the Prime Waters?
I think Nikolai's going to do something a little bit different after Tari finishes up.
Sure.
Bagram's, he's going to bow out. He's going to be working on this inside.
All right. Prime Water is distracted. He's angry. He definitely is trying to be polite, but you could tell that the recent elation at solving the Daggerford problem has already been sort of erased by the reality now that there could be an ancient dragon rousing from her long dormant pseudo slumber and come rampaging across the region, etc., etc. So he definitely seems distracted. His wife, she is happy to see you. She asks you a lot of weird questions as usual. A lot of them seem pretty inane. She does ask you why you go swimming by that island still.
It calls to me. I feel as though I have a kinship with whatever speaks from that place. And they're yearning to be free. Do you know anything about them?
Those are the mermaid princesses.
Yes, they were sacrificed by a member of the Owland family, and I sort of lower my voice and look over at Gellin. a long time ago to defend the city, weren't they?
Weak creatures will often do whatever desperate thing needs to be done to stay alive. Right?
Certainly. It's in the nature of aliveness to prize itself above all others.
Surely by now you see that in this world there are the weak and the strong, and often the weak will use their position to take advantage. They'll offer things. You were offered things by someone strong.
I was. Beautiful things.
Your allies were offered things by that weapon, that sad, angry weapon. I hear him crying sometimes. He just wants to do his best. We all want to do our best, Tari.
And we do. That's true. Do you have any idea how to...
Oh,
go ahead. I
No.
beg pardon.
I was simply going to ask if you wanted to see what I'm working on. I've been inspired.
I would love to see what you're working on.
She looks to Gellin, and he's just like, is this the painting that you're working on? And she just smiles at him. All right, I haven't seen it yet. And he kind of like rubs his temples and gets up from his chair. Yeah, you guys head up the spoopy staircase to the spoopy second floor. All the boards fucking creak, but mostly just when Gellin steps on them. You make your way down a hallway and into a gallery, which I think you guys have seen the gallery before. Yeah? No? Maybe?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I'm not
Yeah,
All
sure.
I'm
right.
not sure.
Let me check.
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I'm not sure.
All right. Let me grab that real quick. Oh, yeah. Okay. I guess you haven't seen this before. Yeah, so she leads you into her portrait gallery. There's not necessarily those paintings, but this is where she's at as far as trying to find wall space for her paintings. They're all pretty creepy. They all kind of have the look of like, the eyes are watching you. How could anyone's relatives be both fat and skinny in that equal measure? So scary. Like, does that person have 7 fingers? Like, just weird oddities, in the artwork.
I'm like taking note of all of the oddities, and I'm like, if only Illyria were here. And I'm like writing, like making mental notes of all of them so I can tell her about them.
Yeah, and she points out like paintings of herself, and she's like, that's my mother and my grandmother and my great-grandmother. And that's my mother's sister. They were twins.
Mm.
It was complicated.
It always is.
And she points out like a scrawny, like young dude, maybe like 17, 18, with like a fierce mullet and eyebrows that are way too big for his frame. And she's like, and there's Puppy.
I look back at Gellin.
He's blushing pretty hard. So. But
I smile.
Here, let me show you. It's not finished yet. You have to promise that you'll come back when I'm done.
It would be my honor.
I want you to see her so you know her when the time comes. And
No.
she directs you to a very large painting, which is probably why it's taking so long. The top right of the painting is yet to be complete. This is not an artist who has any sort of discernible method. It definitely seems like whatever areas she's inspired to work on, she takes completely to render before moving on to different parts of the canvas. As a bard being trained in all skills, you know that there are religious rites in some of the different religions of Faerun where people go into like a trance, and then spirits or angels or devils will paint through the person. And those processes, in a way, would kind of be similar to what you kind of see is happening here. In the bottom left of the picture, you can see two sharks. The sharks remind you of Mrs. Great Shark, who's currently in legal litigations against the Payne estate. But based on your knowledge of nature, because Bard, you think that these are bigger than that shark based on their bulk and their size. This is the painting thus far.
That's happy looking, right?
Huh. Cool.
There's probably not a kraken in the white stuff, so we're okay, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that's definitely not a Kraken size blank.
Well, it's all about the perspective. You know, it could be further back.
This
All
almost
right.
looks as though it were the view from the bottom looking up.
Well, it's the bottom of the Great Sea. Do you think that you'll go there someday?
I do.
Or will you wait and meet her on the surface?
Well, I suppose I would rather meet her on the surface, but I have a feeling we'll be going to the bottom of the deep sea. One day.
There's a lot to do down there. You could have a tea party with a mermaid princess. Maybe one that's still alive. Gellin is friends with the mermaids. You should ask him. He could introduce you.
I look back at him.
He just kind of shrugs, like, "Yeah, I'm friends with mermaids." Big deal. Yeah.
Do you have... Can you tell me how to help them? How to set them free? Do I have to confront the great old one in the sea?
Oh,
Surge's maker?
as you know, she hungers, and the larder grows more and more full. Soon, it will open, and she will feast. But, and she kind of holds up a finger and makes like a mischievous look, there are mice in the pantry. And you know what mice in the pantry do? They take little nibbles. And if they grow bold, they'll just gobble it all up. But you have a trip to take. I will finish the painting, and when you get back, we can talk more about princesses and snacks. And when she says snacks, it makes you a little uncomfortable because she does eye you very hungrily. When she says snacks.
Well, thank you for a lovely evening and for showing me your art, and I can't wait to see see you when I return.
Hmm.
And I'll kiss her hand and
Okay.
kiss Gellen's hand. And
Sure. He kind of laughs. All right.
And then I'll go to that the whoever Illyria was buying. Oh, that was in the guy that Illyria was buying baskets from was in Daggerford, right?
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
I'll go to like somewhere wherever they get their like yogurt and their like toppings bar from.
Sure,
and
sure.
Send them like Skittles and
Okay.
Jimmies and.
Fair enough. Nikolai, you said you had something you want to take care of?
Yeah. So Ada's in town,
Mm-hmm.
right?
No, Ada lives in Daggerford now. You guys escorted her
Mhm.
over there to take over
that's
guidance
right.
of the young Lady Daggerford.
That's right.
Yeah.
He will try and find a courier.
Okay.
He
There are such things. Yep.
He wants to pay for a letter to be sent
Okay.
to Ada.
Sure.
And he'll write, "Dearest Ada, I wish we could have had dinner tonight and talked about matters of business and heart. I look forward to hopefully seeing you again." And he'll keep it kind of short and a little ambiguous.
Yeah. Just a little spicy. Just a little
spicy. And he'll write XOXO at the bottom of it. And yeah, he'll just try and find someone who can send that letter off or run with the letter, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it can go with the standard, put it with the mail. It'll go when, the next wagon is headed out for Daggerford kind of thing. Or if you wanted to do like a rush courier, you could probably drop like 3 gold or something and have somebody, send it.
Oh, he wants a rush courier both ways. So he'll do he'll just do 10 gold pieces.
Oh wow. Yeah, they'll definitely get it there as quickly as they can.
And then he wants to to the extent there is a response, he would like to get it quickly. We'll be out to sea, so he might have to wait a little bit. That's fine.
Okay, fair enough.
He says, yes, going out to sea, but I will respond as soon as I can.
All right. Anyone else have any business in town?
I would rip out the drawing from my journal that I drew of Evenfang when we were down in the dungeon and write on it, "You're stronger than you know, and we're here for you." And I would just slip it underneath the door for Evenfang. And after that, I would probably take Tony and Spencer and get them their favorite food and go back home and be with my rats.
That's what downtime is all about.
Rat time.
All right. Fair enough. Tony dishes all the juicy rat gossip. Kidnappings haven't been happening, which is good because you have them keeping an eye out for that stuff. So as far as they could tell, people aren't getting kidnapped, which that's a big improvement. Over the last few weeks. Does say that he has seen small versions of Skull and Pharos kind of slinking around at night, and that's been a little scary because they do apparently kill and eat rats.
Okay, so Tony's been with me since we left?
Right. He's the boss of all your other rats, though, right? So yeah, like he gets all the other rats together and gets the intel from them. Yeah, and then you guys have like a team meeting. Because my last thing I heard from you was you wanted all your rats that lived at your house to constantly be searching the town for rumors and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they look like the little kobolds then.
That's kind of what you gather.
Okay.
So
then I would want
according
them
to your local rats, who tell Tony, who tells you, there are kobolds in Saltmarsh. Now you have heard that there are kobolds in Saltmarsh because Pharos brought kobolds to Saltmarsh. So whether
Yeah.
or not they're the same kobolds, unknown.
Okay. I'll keep them in. They don't need to search for rumors.
Okay,
I
fair
want to
enough.
start teaching them how to cook.
Okay. Fair enough.
So you put them underneath your hat and close your eyes.
Like
Yeah.
having had rat pets, I can assure you that if you could speak the same language, they are intelligent enough that they could learn how to cook. I'm very confident in that. Okay, so that's cool. Anyone else have any town business before you get out onto the water?
So is Ebonfang staying, or is he coming with us, or is he just like subscribed?
Oh no,
to, like...
if you guys are going out on the ship, he definitely wants to find out what that's all about for sure.
Yeah, Nikolai, I think
Okay.
we should take him to keep him safe.
Well, I don't have anything.
Yeah, I do want to go and comfort him. But there's something else I want to do. I want to go talk to Illyria,
Okay.
I guess, in the middle of rat cooking time.
Sure. It's pretty chaotic. It's pretty chaotic. I'll be
I open
honest.
the
It's
door
pretty
and
chaotic.
or I knock on the door and they all disappear. Whatever.
No, he's okay. He's okay. Come
Okay.
in. Try this.
I'll try it.
Yeah. Let me roll for rat cooking. Let's see.
Are you still wearing your rat hat, Illyria?
Oh yeah. That thing's always on.
Yeah, I mean, if we had to
Yes.
quantify
But it looks like
it
anything.
with a number generated by a d20, this food is an 8.
They're learning.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's not
So
too bad.
it's not the
pretty good
worst.
for
Yeah,
rats.
it's not the worst food you've ever had.
And basically, I want to go back to was a book you found in the library. It talked about the kiss. Still have it.
Of course. Pull it out from my backpack and hand it to him.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that is the book about that mentions Sinesis, the poisoned kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Is there any particular information you're going for, or are you just trying to get Skull kind of on the same knowledge base as Illyria as far as that's concerned? Okay.
Sure.
Read it.
Over rat dinner, I'll cliff
Over-
note him.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. You are cliff noted about the situation. To essentially cliff notes everybody. She is a big old dragon that is very much enamored with herself and her own power. She believes that the only thing that could ever defeat her is essentially herself, and therefore taking that a bit further in Crazy Mind, her own offspring, because that's just an extension of her. She accidentally, because sometimes you have a really nice night out and you just start paying attention. She did have some babies, and then fearing what would happen, she ate them. She, in her madness, perhaps to deal with what she had done, was convinced that doing so made her even more powerful. And thus a very dangerous game began to take place, where she would regularly breed with other dragons, usually kill the mate, and then later kill and eat the eggs/hatchlings, convinced that each and every time she was getting more and more powerful, because she was basically eating smaller versions of herself, growing her power and then reclaiming it after it had grown even stronger. Yeah, it's pretty messed up. So very like Greek myth situation where now one of the babies is out of her claws, and she's probably not going to be okay with that, based on your readings.
So are all the dad dragons dead?
I mean, they're not even mentioned by name in the book or the historical text or anything.
Yeah, I think we're down to mom and baby.
Yeah. So that's a thing. She is like many Forgotten Realms dragons who reached any kind of decent age level, possessed of magical talents beyond the normal basic picture dragon. She has studied magic. It is thought that she is a warlock or perhaps a sorceress, maybe a wizard. Definitely something with arcane magic. They're not 100% sure. But she does have the ability to cast spells and rituals. And has developed a ritual over the years that perhaps actually does empower her when she consumes these eggs or children. The older and larger Even Fang gets, the more of a threat he is, but also the more tempting he will be to, eat. She's also, in the past, caused a lot of problems for the region, but has sort of settled down and hasn't bothered people in a long time. There was that whole thing with like Lord Daggerford, and he turned into a crazy tyrant, which now you guys probably know was wrapped up in this succubus nonsense. Succubus sort of pushed him and messed with his mind, and then manipulated his sister into killing him, but then took the sister's place, and just the whole thing. Yeah, so he pissed off local Black Dragon, and an adventuring party was hired to kill local Black Dragon, and they did. And then later, that same party was hired to kill Lord Daggerford. The tricky part was that they did kill the dragon, but it's said that Sinesis is still alive. So more than likely, one of her, whatever her current mate was at the time, she probably sent him out as like a proxy to take the hit, and then used his death as an opportunity to settle down and not cause problems, because hey, I don't want powerful adventurers coming after me, sort of thing.
That makes sense.
Right. Awesome.
And
Thank
the
you for that
adventurers who
recap.
probably just wanted to get paid were like, hey, we killed a dragon, that's what you hired us to do. Which happens more often than you would think. Essentially killing a proxy instead of the actual thing that you're supposed to kill. All right, so that's that.
That's not foreshadowing, is that?
No, I'm just saying, like,
No.
it's definitely a thing that happens, though. Yeah.
Right,
But not to you guys. I'm just saying, in the history of Dungeons and Dragons, when you're asked to go kill something, here's a good example. On Thursday, my pirate game, they're always pirates. It's never turned off. It's pirates. This creature said, "I will help you if you donate 1,000 gold to charitable works." So, like, the captain, who has like a plus 13 to bluff or deception or whatever, was like, "Of course I will." And he's like, "I'll walk around town for an hour. I come back and I tell him that I donated the money." And I was like, "Okay, roll your deception." He gets like a 30 something. And then the powerful spirit is like, "Oh, it warms my heart to know that there's such a good man in such a cruel world. Of course I'll help you." Yeah, I mean, so somebody hires you to kill a troll, and you kill a troll, but maybe not the troll. Yeah, this kind of stuff happens more often than it should, kind of deal. So it is believable that these heroes of Daggerfell killed a dragon, but not the right dragon. All right.
Great. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, for that recap. It all looks like he has an idea, but we'll move on. I do want to go comfort Ebon Fang if I can. We can handle that in roleplay if you want, but
Sure. He is frightened. He is a creature that is motivated by fear and the causing of fear, and he is very afraid. Speaking with him, it becomes apparent that he is angry at you, at Illyria, at Pharos, at all of you, because he worries that you will be killed like Pharos was, but that you will all be killed in a way that there's no coming back from, and that he hates that he even cares.
Oh.
Ooh, I mean, that his worry is justifiable. We might all die.
Yeah, he hates that you have tricked him into caring, and that you have burdened him with this great weakness. And that if he wasn't so selfish and he wasn't such a coward, he would have snuck away and gone to his mother to keep you safe, but that he doesn't have it inside of him to do so. Everything in his being tells him to live. And he cannot bring himself to sacrifice himself for anyone. But that he's been trying to ever since the interaction on the road.
yeah. Well, I sit down with him and I empathize with that same fear of the unknown and tell him that he shouldn't. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he smells extremely sour. You could tell that like acid glands are really going, working overtime. And he's just, yeah, he's a mess. Like these creatures are not designed to have feelings for other people, so it's like an existential crisis.
Yeah, especially not the black dragons.
Right? Yeah, it's really confused. You don't doubt for a second that if push came to shove and it was his life or yours, this creature would still slit your throat and kill you. Like don't get the wrong idea there, but it is quite a transformation from the creature you first encountered. All right. But yeah, he doesn't chase you away. But he's definitely, yeah, he's a mess. So, and your boy Krebs Shanker, he's like, Yellen told me, what's going on here. I'm not letting anybody know that he's staying here, but I have to tell you. And you can see he's smiling, but it's one of those Krebs smiles that it's smiling, but his eyes are not smiling. And he's like, what were you guys thinking?
I don't think we were, but we'll make it right.
A lot of people are worried about a lot of stuff, Skull. A lot of people are worried about a lot of stuff. I got news for you, but I'll save it because I think you guys have enough on your plates. But yeah, the little guy could stay. That's fine. He gave me a shitload of money, and I didn't ask him where it came from. So
I have no idea how that transaction happened.
There was like a cat skull mixed in. It had like some weird runes on it. I don't know.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, he's Yeah, he kind of like threw it all at me and was like,
Soft skin, I require a layer. You shall provide it through the ritual of commerce.
yeah. So I don't know. Then he just took a room and he slammed the door. So I'm not gonna get melted. So that's that. All right, have fun out there.
We will investigate the deeps.
Maybe not the deeps. I don't know. But if you could cull some of these Sahuaghin, they're definitely getting to be a real pain in the ass. All right. Any other Saltmarsh business?
Is Luck of the Draw going to like stay here, or is he like just like an NPC that hangs out with us now? Or
I mean, he's got like a job and stuff, but I mean, if you wanted to like pay him to like, hang out with you guys, but he's got like commitments and, he's got his own job, he pays his own bills, independent tabaxi, that kind of thing. So
could we pay him to make sure Ebonfang stays safe?
Oh wow.
You wanna hire one of the greatest assassins on the Sword Coast to babysit your dragon? Is that what you're asking me?
It might be difficult. And
No, you gave him cigarettes. What the?
Yeah, and look at how fast he's growing. I think I've cracked the code on how to raise your dragon. I'm gonna write a whole book series. Make it fucking rich.
I will buy Kindle book and audio book too.
I'm gonna write a play for it. I'm gonna get like to read to do like some pop music for like the intro, something that really gets your feet pounding, and then it'll start off with Skull, and it'll be like a little kobold, and then he's gonna find Ebonfang. Ebonfang's gonna like bite off his foot or something. And then, I don't know. I'm gonna take some artistic liberties with it. You know what I mean? Like really make it family friendly. That's hard when Skull's involved. But I'll make it.
Yeah, we would like 10% of all profits for a book.
You have a request for who would play you in the play? Just out of curiosity. So.
He wants to see the books first, I think. But like, we'll pay him to babysit, and then we'll take 10% of his profits on the book. The books, and audiobooks, and theatrical performances.
Has this happened to you before, Greg, where you got begged on a deal that didn't go your way?
I'm like super duper like talented and busy and stuff. So I'll have to check with my actual employers and run this past them.
Details.
I'm sure next time I talk to you, you're gonna be really disappointed because I'm gonna have bad news for you because my real employer knows that a skilled individual such as myself does not need to be babysitting.
And then the scene cuts, and then the scene opens again with you guys talking, and he's got like a pile of like board games and like a jar of beef jerky, and he's like, "All right, kid, open up. There's no more hiding in your room. Uncle Luck is here. We're gonna play some games. Hope you like cards."
Wow.
Okay.
So wait, you said greatest assassin. Like, is that imply there's a competition or a leaderboard?
Absolutely.
And you just like kill everyone below you, or how does this work?
Oh no,
There's
that'd be
honor among
stupid.
assassins.
That would be
and
really
thieves.
stupid. Are you trying to say that like I keep like a notebook that has like a weird timeline that has every assassin in the Sword Coast, and then we jockey for position by murdering each other? That doesn't make any sense. Like, what kind of cockamamie organization do you think we're running here? That we would go out and kill each other? That doesn't. You would what? It doesn't. Why would you kill anyone for free? First of all, and then second of all, why would you kill like your like another assassin. Then other assassins find out that you like to kill assassins, and they come and assassinate you. Then literally all you do with your time is get pursued by other assassins who you then have to kill, and then you get attacked by more assassins. I mean, what morons would ever think that that's how being an assassin works? What are you even asking?
Well, I don't know how you. It's like when you want to find like a blacksmith, like which one's better? Obviously, the better one is kill
And they
the other
don't
one,
kill
right?
each other. They just do better than the other guy.
How do you know if you're better?
Hey, people come. Whatever.
Money. That's how you know you're better. Money. All hail Wakim. Okay? All hail Wakim. She's the one who knows who is best. The scales balance in favor of those who are skilled. Ask Thogrum. Thogrum knows. Thogrum's the most skilled among you.
Nobody's seen Thogrum for like the last. Just running in and out.
Of his own dress.
Like, how does this look when he retreats into his own like skirt?
That's
Like,
an
this
opens
is like
a portal next to him.
Oh, it opens a portal.
Yeah.
He doesn't go into his skirt. He's like fold over.
Well, I mean, he has to lift his skirt to like summon the portal, but the portal isn't technically under his skirts. As cool as that would have been. But yeah. All right.
So far, this is what he's got. I just posted it in general.
Okay.
He's been busy.
Oh dang. All right. It's looking good in there. Has he got an actual tavern?
That's how
Wow.
you gotta sell people. You know what I mean?
Sure. What a cool item.
They're actually making it and nice. That's amazing. 90 by 30 by 20. Wow.
All right. Yeah, I'll have to get a better copy of the map when you're done, and I'll make it an actual map that we could drop down when you need to go into it. That's what my rope trick users do. Is they have maps for the rope tricks that we drop down. So cool. All right.
To see everyone?
Yeah, to sea. Okay. It's been a while since you have been out at sea. But I think it feels pretty good to be out there. Let's take a look at your ship map. It's probably in need of a little updating. Let's see. If you see anyone who was alive that isn't, and it causes tremendous emotional damage to you, I do apologize. I tried to scrub it of everybody, but I don't know. I'll give it one more once over. Okay, I think we're good. Okay. All right. Over to the indecisive. Proudly flying your colors. These colors right here. It's a mighty ship. All right. If you don't see your mini, you could always drag one out from chat. Let's see. Probably be the easiest way to do it. Let's see. There we go. Who are we missing? We got Nikolai. We got Katyaru. Am I not seeing Spencer? Where you at, Spencer? There we go. Okay. Kilgore's on vacation. Oh yeah, Fang. Out at sea. Out at sea.
I know black dragons are naturally aquatic, but does he know how to swim? We should probably.
Oh,
teach him
they instinctively would. know how to
Okay,
swim.
good.
Yeah.
That's important.
So they're pretty advanced. They named half the game after them. So. All right. Sweet. Yeah, I mean, this is his first time at sea, though, so there is some confusion about the moving ground and the rolling sea and all that kind of stuff. Let me check the weather real quick, see if it's favorable or not. All right. Your dwarves are very happy to see you, Thagrim, and they give you a tour of the ship, show you that it is in ship shape, and they waggle their eyebrows at you when they say that because they know that that's your kind of thing. So, what else? Anything else?
When I get like 2 seconds, I'm gonna show him like I'm gonna like poof open the skirt and be like, lads, come take a look at this. I need your help later.
Okay, you take them inside your skirts, your secret hideout. They are, of course, blown away. It is like you are taking your buddies on a tour of your newly renovated man cave, and they are envious, impressed, and confused in equal measure as they try to understand how your skirt, which they were going to rib you about, is able to create a tavern warehouse. There's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. But yeah, they are very excited. Very, very, very excited. So that is awesome. All right. But yeah, the ship is doing well. The crew is doing well. And they are all sort of eager to show you around and I don't want to say they're explaining everything to you, but they kind of are because you haven't been on the ship in a while. So they're kind of giving you like a refresher course, I guess, on things. So, yeah. But the weather for the day is actually nice and clear. There is a wind that is headed in a northeasterly direction. Which does take you back towards the coast, which is a little unfortunate. And then you do have a northern/northwestern current. But yeah, for the most part, it is a quiet and uneventful first day at sea. You pass many fishing boats as you sort of patrol the waters, and everyone seems to be safe and sound. The weather does get cloudy in the afternoon. The breezes do start to pick up, and you get the feeling that tomorrow there will be some strong rainfall with highly overcast skies and very little wind. So it's going to be a pretty miserable day out on the water tomorrow. Does anybody have any particular things they want to do out on the sea, or do they just want to enjoy not being in a hellish dungeon?
I mean, that sounds pretty nice.
Yeah.
Not being in a dungeon.
When you
is
phrase
nice.
it that way.
Yeah, it is kind of nice.
I do want to go up to Marshall and hand him the token, the fan token,
Oh,
in case we need to make a quick getaway. Not that he should be worried about that.
Oh, right.
'Cause
I
why
mean,
would I give
he
him
is
something?
he is worried about it because he's no fool. Like, this guy does throw money over the side of the ship every time the ship sets sail to the bitch Queen Umberly because he don't mess around. Like, if there's a precaution to take to keep your ship safe, he's gonna take it. For sure. Not a worshiper of her, but he definitely wants to make sure that if you do get sunk, he doesn't want to be the one that got you sunk by not throwing some money into the ocean for Umberly. It does occur to enterprising people that there must be a hell amounts of treasure just literally under the docks of every city on the Sword Coast.
I need to be like one of those guys with like a metal detector on the beach.
Yeah, the little scuba set and
Yep.
the metal detector. Yeah.
Uh-huh. I guess Katyaru would like kind of like fly circuits around the ship and just kind of keeping a lookout. But other than that, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would like to use my eyes of the eagle and kind of keep a lookout as well.
Okay, yeah. You guys flying both the colors of your own ship and the colors of Saltmarsh, because you are official privateers of Saltmarsh. Make your way up and down the coastline, checking in on ships, asking for rumors, that sort of thing. The recurring rumor does seem to be that yes, there really are more Sahuaghin attacks. It is said that the Sahuaghin travel with a great many sharks of different sizes and varieties, and that some people claim that one of the shipping vessels was lost at sea because the Sahuaghin attacked it with a sea monster.
Is there any word where that attack occurred, or do they not really know?
It was for like the ship insisted on going out into deep water, trying to pursue larger, rarer fish. Even though that is not a best practice situation, and the ship never returned.
Okay, so we'll keep doing our little grid search pattern thing.
Okay, and that ship, in case you were curious, was the Oriana. If that is a thing that you are keeping track of.
Okay, well, can I get a spelling on Synesis too?
Yeah.
Missing in deep water.
All right.
Crash, while we're kind of just sailing around, just in case, I'll cast detect magic like once every hour, more or less continuously.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case.
Detect magic? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, just in case there's something under the water. It's kind of like the guy with with the metal detector.
Fair enough. All right. Night settles in over your crew. They kind of stop sailing, but they don't drop anchor because only fools drop anchor. And the night crew sort of takes over to just keep the ship from drifting too far off course and that kind of thing. But given that a lot of your crew can't see in the dark, best practice is really to just sort of weather the night, and then especially this close to shore. Because Sword Coast, called the Sword Coast because of the sword-like rocks that protrude from the ocean and the coastline. Yeah. So nighttime happens. Any chill, like we're hanging out on the boat at night stuff that anybody needs to take care of?
Nope.
Okay.
I say, like, I'm kind of embarrassed and I'm blushing like super hard, and I say, sorry, not to have mentioned it earlier, but would you all mind using they instead of she? I'm sort of like one of those kind. Thanks, and then runs away.
Oh, okay. Nikolai, yeah, your groom says, another blessed of Corlan.
Yeah, and Nikolai is, he's seen a lot of things. He's been many places. He's pretty, open-minded. And Nikolai says, it's nice to meet you, Tari. I will refer to you as they. I have this blessed here, who also, I think, kind of identifies in the same way.
All right.
This is a pleasure to meet you. Again. Sorry, I'm dealing. There's some like weird, horrible nighttime 6-year-old behavior going on. So
no worries. You don't sound overly distracted.
I'm multitasking a little bit.
Okay. That being said, ever since Selicer came into Nikolai's life, he has been more handsome than ever. You guys are starting to realize the benefits of a personal attendant and groom. There's no mechanical benefits that you could tell, but it's one of those things that he could try to bullshit leverage if he needed to. Like, look at how well groomed I am, sort of thing. If we played in a game that had a comeliness score, their assistance does raise his comeliness by 2 points.
Ooh.
Yeah.
2 points?
Mm-hmm. Yes, because back in the day, the game was so shallow that there was actually a score for how pretty you were. It was called the Coleman score. And let me tell you, it went down real fast because we used nasty critical hits. But it also reinforced that charisma and appearance are not in any way linked together. So, because they were originally separate stats entirely. Nowadays, we just call it the Ron Jeremy effect. So, you could be a ugly little Super Mario and have a 20 charisma. The two have nothing to do with each other. So, not that Jeremy's ugly little Super Mario. He's adorable Super Mario, but you know what I mean. All right.
I think I want to approach Aurora, and it's been a long time coming. But I want to apologize to her for Skull's know-it-all attitude the last time they spoke, and ask if she would like to play another game of Dragon Chess.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No. She is impressed that you would come to apologize for something that happened by pirate standards so long ago. Yeah, she gives you a big smile, and you guys go and play some chess. So. Now that you're almost level 9 and decked out with some dope ass magic gear, and you got that Dilf vibe going, yeah, like it's a very spicy game of chess. This maybe like reaches for a piece that you're reaching for, hands touch, awkward nerd pause, yeah, that kind of stuff. So you definitely feel that you have restored whatever friendship points may have been damaged.
Cool.
All right. Luck takes his job very seriously and keeps an eye on Vuthajesk. Anyone that looks at him, tries to talk to him too much, talks about him, he just sort of like puts daggers to their throats, whispers threats into their ears, threatens to throw them over the ship, steals their money. And eventually people realize that they should not look at or interact with this creature. Which you can see even Fang is a bit put out because he's kind of gotten used to people, and now people are avoiding him and they are afraid of him, which he likes, but he also doesn't, and he's just a mess.
I would come
lad.
hang out with him a little bit.
Okay, as you approach, look at the draw. Says, "Where do you think you're going?"
Nikolai wished to say hi to the great Vijesk.
Mr. Jesk is not accepting any patron right at this moment. He leans down. Hey, kid, and you want to talk to your friend? He's not my friend. I've tried to kill him many times.
It is true.
It's that stupid shield.
I'll throw him 10 gold pieces.
Okay.
Actually, I won't throw them. I'll lay them at his feet. And I'll say, we may have gotten off on bad start, but I appreciate what you do for my friends.
Okay. He sniffs at the coins, and then with his tail, he kind of sinuously slides the coins towards himself.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll deduct that.
Yes, Mr. Jesk does find your offering to be acceptable. You can walk away with your life intact, sir.
Nikolai, I appreciate that. Nikolai will walk away before bad things happen.
Oh, and they'll happen.
Oh, God.
Oh, I like that one. Good,
Why are there two pharaohs?
I don't know. One I can't click on.
Oh, okay.
This one I can't click on.
Boop.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
Well, hold on. Mr. Jesk is had a very full day of supplicants. That was the word I was looking for. Fucking supplicants. That was the word. Not patrons. I gotta read more.
Get sycophants. That works too.
I don't know. I don't think he has any psionic abilities, man.
Right.
What you're doing right now, this is like when you go to somebody's place of business and try to hang out with them while they're working, you know? Kind of working right now. I gotta look really tough so that your salty pirates don't try to steal this baby.
Right.
Cause word on the street is that this baby is worth a lot of money.
Says who?
Just the seedy underbelly of the city and the Sword Coast. Word's getting out, apparently. There's like 5,000 dragon reward if you can acquire this individual.
Just 5,000?
I mean, just 5,000. Oh, well, not everybody got paid 50,000, dragons to assassinate a local leader. But it's not enough for me to bother, you know.
If you say so. Well, you've got work to do. I'll kind of try to avoid talking to him and the whole, the edgy person, he's not looking at you, he's trying not to talk to you, but you know that if he had eyes in the back of his head that he would. But and overnight I'd like to
Don't panic. Don't panic. I was looking for the nighttime. I was looking for the nighttime water. I was just looking for the nighttime water. Don't panic.
No. Where's the Kraken? I want to see that Kraken.
No. Don't worry. It was just it was hidden under the map.
It's a jerk. I'm looking for it.
Overnight, Ferris would try to, I guess, make an Arcana check for any other underworldly patrons that aren't named She Who Hungers.
Okay. Out at sea, there's definitely a lot. What flavor are you looking for?
Anyone who's knowledgeable, kind of smart, but not too malevolent.
Okay. Well, out in the middle of the ocean, you're probably gonna get genie or obviously so and so of the deep is definitely a thing that'll happen. I would say there's probably not a lot of opportunities for fiend. I mean, Umberly would definitely be down. I don't know. Here's the problem. A lot of warlock patrons aren't very nice.
No, I mean, it's fine if they're not nice. It's fine. But, it's fine. No, I just wanted one that wasn't the, evil plot device.
Oh, you're going paladin. Well.
Well, I mean, not all paladins are good.
No.
So as you pray that night, you are visited with visions offering, power, etc., etc. We could sort that out. You are a strong enough individual that they would definitely, there would definitely be people that if you're willing to hoe yourself out, there's definitely people that are willing to sign up for your OnlyFans account,
right?
For sure, yeah. So,
okay, cool.
Yeah, but the middle of the ocean, out in the ocean, that is always a decent place to kind of cast your net. Oh, so many good jokes out at sea. To find a new patron. All right. So the rain sets in. I'd love to put rain, but Roll20 break all the time. I don't know. So
theater of the mind?
Theater of the mind, that rain. Okay. Someday we'll have beautiful animated rain without breaking everybody's browsers. I believe it. I believe it in my heart.
Just put the background music, rain, thunderstorm.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Rain at sea.
Dagon's been doing a pretty good job with this music, though.
Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, Sea of Thieves. I don't know. I'm sure I talk about it at least once a month or something. But if you're looking for a really fun pirate game, Sea of Thieves is a super fun game. So.
And I feel your pain, Crash. I'm running an online game for the first time in a while, and getting the music to run well is not the easiest.
Well, Groovy is really good. It's just there was that period where everybody was starting to use Groovy, and it wasn't good because they just couldn't keep up with, I think, the volume of people.
Maybe I should do that. I've been running Rhythm, but
no, don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
I mean, if you want, you could run the game off of our server. You just gotta let me know so I can get you a game set up. So,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
I'll let you know.
Move all your peeps over, all that jazz. Okay. So it starts raining. It starts storming off of the distance. In the morning, it is miserable as you are sort of making your way around the seas, trying your best to spot ships and help them out. With everyone working together with their passive perceptions, with their various magics, with a skilled crew, you do eventually spot such a ship. And it is, in fact, in the middle of being attacked by a Sahuaghin. All right. I think I got enough vowels in there. I'm not sure. All right. Let me populate them onto your map where you can see them. Now, this music's too exciting. It's like superhero. Well, I guess you're kind of like superheroes at this point. All right. Yeah, so there's a pretty decent-sized shipping vessel, and they are currently under attack by Sahuaghin. So, I guess everybody roll up into some initiative, because I think there's probably a little too much chaos to cast a few suggestion spells and get them to stop. You remember, I think, your previous encounters with Sahuaghins. They are very intelligent, very cunning, very mean, but they don't really take hits well. There are some of them that are beefy, but most of them paper tigers. So let me find. Let's try this one. Doesn't sound like literal buckets are falling down. Nope, it still sounds like literal buckets are falling down. All right, hold on.
You could try them. There was this one group. I forget what they're called. That's just good.
Is it the Guild of Ambience? They've got some good stuff.
It must have been, yeah. Like the thunderstorm one was really good.
Thogram's initiative is trash because he's gonna come walking out of like the portal, lumber and like just all like dirt covered and stuff. Like, what's going on? What are you doing? Can't you see I'm busy?
All right. So there are a lot of bad guys here, but there are also a lot of good guys. So what I'm going to do is only roll some of them into initiative, and then you guys essentially can deal with the ones that are in the initiative order, and then sort of assume that your crew and NPCs are dealing with the others. Does that make sense? That way you don't have to fight literally, 50 Sahuaghins or whatever. I know that you're at a level where you certainly could very, very quickly. Yeah, maybe we should. That way you guys can like show off how unbelievably tough you've gotten compared to when you were trapped below ground with these creatures. All right. As part of his babysitting duties, Luck of the Draw will not allow Even Fang to participate in combat. So he's going to spend the fight basically securing your boy below deck to keep him out of harm's way. You're not sure who his actual employer is, but his actual employer apparently thought babysitting this dragon was a really good idea. There we go. All right, everybody rolled in? I'll roll one person to rep your whole crew. We'll do Aurora. Here we go. And we'll do one person to represent their whole crew. We'll do this lady right here. All right. When your crew's turn comes up is when you can also control your ship. So if you'd like your ship to stay where it is, turn, head towards the other ship, shoot all your guns and sink the other ship. Just whatever you decide you want to do. All right, starting things off, Nikolai with that big old 24. What are you gonna do?
Can he see everyone that's currently showing up on the map or not on the other ship? There's like sharks and Sahuaghin.
Yeah, I mean, like you guys kind of spotted them from a distance, past the spyglass around, that kind of thing, as you close the distance with them.
Okay. Oh, and there's a big shark back there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
A big cute shark.
It is cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks amazing. I don't want to really hurt it, honestly. All right. The cat. Crash. The cat goes on my turn, correct?
I believe it gets its own initiative. Familiar.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Actually, sorry. Let me roll. Kitty cat. All right.
There we go.
Let's see. I'm just checking distances. Oh, that's fine. Okay. I think he's gonna cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Okay. We have a template for that.
Yeah, 30-foot cube.
Let's see.
Wisdom saving throw. Oh, it's big. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm. All right. Where you want it?
What are these? I'm gonna ping. What are these things?
I don't think you were around. This character was around for those. But they have big ass hammers.
Bad guys.
Sorry. Keep going.
Bad guys.
Oh yeah. No, these little brown dudes are beefy Sahuaghin with big old coral hammers.
All right, we're gonna, unfortunately for the people who are not bad guys, we're gonna do that.
Okay.
I hope it doesn't work out poorly. Yeah, so wisdom saving throw, DC 17, I think?
Okay.
16, sorry.
All right, let us check the fishermen first. They gotta make, see, there's only 2 of them, so let me make their saves real quick. 1, 2. Alright, they both fail and just begin staring off into space.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got a whole bunch of other stuff here. Let's see. Okay, shark down in the water. Fails. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 basic bitch Sahuagins. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One of them makes the save. Okay. And then Hammer Bros. There are 2. Here we go. 1 and 2. You got everyone there except for one Sahuaghin.
Sorry, guys.
All right.
And then I will move. 5,
I don't know what you're sorry about. 1, 2,
that was
3, 4,
pretty
5,
epic, yeah.
6, 7, 8. You stopped. I think they make 3 attacks each, so 8 times 3 attacks.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel bad for them. They probably have their own desires in life, right? But yeah, and he'll move back a little bit towards the rear.
Oh, you're feeling Enchanter's guilt. Yeah. There was a big seminar on that. Yeah, I could understand. Okay. All right. Yeah, they are all seeing strobing lights. They're hearing the doot 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 music. Glow sticks. Somebody's turning the light switch on and off. It's wild. All right. Pharos, to you.
They're just running their hands along their own faces, like.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Like, wow. I can feel my colors.
Oh, and I will shout out to everyone that everyone in kind of the front part of the ship is currently sort of charmed, and you shouldn't attack them unless you want to kill them.
So, all right.
We've
That's what I was
worked
gonna
together
do.
for a little bit.
All right, Pharos, what are you gonna do?
I guess I'll blast this guy right here. This one.
Oh, it's swimming down here. Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my God. Let me check
Holy
his
shit.
HP.
That one.
Oh, that's right. I minimized. I don't know why I minimized. I have 4 monitors now. I should just stash all of them off on the side down. Okay. Let's see. He is bloodied by your 2 attacks, as they just pound into him from above.
All right. Well, and I guess that's it for now.
Okay. All right. Let's see. That brings us to Tari.
Nikolai, I think you had the right of it. And I am going to also cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Oh my god.
All right. Here's
And then we'll
your
just sail the
hypnotic
boat
pattern.
away. I'll fail all of mine. The universe has to equal out somehow.
Not if you cast it with your new instrument. Then all of them will have disadvantage on their save.
That is what I will do.
Okay.
Sorry, I just want to make sure I'm not getting any of the...
All right. Is that where it's going to be placed?
Yeah. Not touching any of these,
Okay. Lovely fisherman. Got it.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Mommy shark.
Oh, I didn't... Sorry.
Okay.
Put it... Baby shark... baby... Okay. There we go.
Watch your hands. Do.
Oh yeah. I could see abusing that song to hypnotize your children. That's a good idea. So, okay. So mommy shark tries to do it. Daddy shark's gonna try to do it. What's your DC there, Tari?
It's
17?
16.
16.
I believe
Okay.
it's 16, yeah. 16.
All right. Then mommy shark made it, even with disadvantage. Daddy shark did not. Let's see. Hammer Bros. We've got 3 of them. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Those are being whispered to me. I'm sorry. There was a Saltmarsh update, and it overwrote a lot of my minis. So I have to go and fix that. Let's see. Fail, and fail. Okay. And then regular. Here we go. 1, 2. Yeah, so you hypnotized everyone except for this one shark off to the side. Alright. That brings us to anything else from Tari?
No.
Okay. Illyria, to you.
I would like to climb up into this crow's nest and scan the area, and I want to mark prey this one right here in the corner. Oh, you here?
Oh, okay, okay. Are you making assumptions that just because she's beautiful, she is a spellcaster?
So beautiful.
Okay,
We must take out the beauty.
okay.
You're just jealous.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No,
yeah,
it's just the best
no.
specimen.
Whoops.
And I will take 2 shots at her with a snake.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, that is gonna hit. The bolt sinks into her. Add your additional damage.
So 20 damage total.
Oh wow.
Plus 10?
Hunter's mark?
No. I did mark
The one that
prey.
Oh,
gives
the other
her
one.
advantage. Yeah.
That
Okay.
one's so good. Oh my god.
She is instantly bloodied by your attack.
All right. Let's take that second shot on her then, with a sharpshooter as well.
Okay. She's dead.
Nice.
All right, as her blood splashes down into the water, this boy right here, he get extra feisty.
Oh.
All right, anything else from Illyria?
Nope. I'll just hang out up here.
Okay. That guy misses his turn. The fisherman. This one is trying to fight off that one, and it sees that one's just sort of staring there, like kind of stroking out. They look around, and they're like, well, this is weird. And they see this other guy is stroking out. They're going to go grab him with their action and drag him back. Seeing what that one's doing, this one hesitates a little bit and then tries to sneak past, grab this ally, and pull them back. Keep them safe from the Sahuaghin in case they start moving around. This one was not stroking out, and as the guy goes past them, it is going to lash out at him with a bite. And misses. All right. They don't have anybody who is steering the ship right now. They have abandoned all their posts and are just adrift as they deal with this fight. So their ship is just going to stay where it is. They're not really equipped with any ballista or anything like that. Hunter Shark. Hunter Shark is just like, I'm a shark and I can't climb a boat. So guess I'll just swim around. Yeah, and then that's what it does. It just swims around. Like, if somebody fall in the water, I'm gonna totally eat them. So he'll run in action.
Cute.
All right.
It sounds.
He's trying his best. All right. This one is stroking out. This one is stroking out. This one's having a stroke. This one right here is having a stroke. Skull, are you having a stroke? From how awesome this crowd control is?
Yes. Yes, I am.
I did it just for you, Skull. I know how much you like it.
What do you get the man who has everything? Crowd control.
Crowd control. I can just see all those crits. They're all over there, and I'm over here.
There's a flashback to the spicy chess game last night where she moved all of her aerial units down to the second level of the playing fields, the earth level, and then forced all of his dwarves to remain in the Underdark. And she said, staring him right in the eyes, crowd control. And they may have knocked the chessboard over at that point. I don't know. It got extra spicy at that point.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just try out this wand of magic missiles.
Okay.
I'll just shoot at this guy floundering.
Okay.
Because I guess he was on a shark and a shark abandoned him.
All right. Peering up from below decks, luck of the draw is allowing Vuthajesk to watch from safety, and Vuthajesk yells out,
You're not a wizard! What are you doing, you fool?
He's
right.
right. I'm not a wizard.
Okay. I mean, it seems easy enough. You aim the stick, you say the command word. How good it be?
Okay.
How big is this wand?
These
'Cause
magic
those
missiles
look-
will actually miss. That'd be funny. Alright, so I'll just do a level... Let's do a level 2. So it'll be 4 missiles.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The command word is Python. In Draconic.
Okay.
All right, so you send over 4 magic missiles. Who are you sending them at?
This guy here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would definitely, as 4 like tiny anime missiles, just kind of like fly over there, unerringly striking the target. The Sahuaghin raises his spear in a defensive gesture. He's ready for it. He's gonna knock these things out of the air. And they hit him one after the other, and he dies.
Kind of just look at the wand. It's pretty useful.
I guess he is a wizard now.
I just want to jump in the water.
Just teleport us over next turn, I guess.
Giant shark, just chilling. Oh yeah, this guy looks around like, why am I the only one putting in time, putting in the hours? All right, guess I gotta smash. I gotta smash for everybody. So raises its big old weapon high, and let me turn off whispers. I had to run a flipping custom script to get Roll20 to turn this whispering crap off, and then they run an update on the. So frustrating. All right. I don't think it affected all the monsters, but all the classic, you're going to find them in the ocean monsters. Okay, so Smasher makes 2 attacks with its Warhammer. So that's what it's going to do. It's going to smash this guy right here that looks like everybody's uncle. Yep. Maybe. I don't know. Sorry, uncles, but here we go. First one.
He stores classic cars.
Oh, he misses terribly. All right, he swings on Uncle a second time. Oh, okay. Yeah, Uncle is bloodied. Keep in mind that you guys have crossed the thresholds into hero land. So these NPCs, they all die at 0 because they're basic now. The curve is sliding up. All right. Only heroic or villainous characters get to make death saving throws. This shark right here that made it save, it's just going to swim under the ship and start eating this guy.
Oh. Yeah?
Okay. Thogrum, to you.
I'm going to 5, 10. How far is the edge of the ship from the water?
Your guy's ship, I believe we established, is 20 feet up from the water. Yeah,
If I jumped into the water, would I take damage from that?
Nope. Water can absorb 30 points of fall damage if there's enough water for you to go down that far. So.
Then I'm going to cast. Okay, so silly question. If I cast Water Walk on myself, then jump in the water, I wouldn't take damage, right? It would just bound me back up to the water.
That's a weird question. Yeah.
Yes.
I think you would treat it as ground, but I think with Water Walk you could choose whether it's working or not. So you could go under and then bounce back up. Let's see. It grants the ability to move across any liquid as if it were harmless solid ground. Up to 10 willing creatures. If you target a creature submerged in liquid, the spell carries the target to the surface. So it kind of sounds like it's not optional. You just treat liquid surfaces as if it were harmless solid ground. I think in this instance they're saying harmless like it's not lava or quicksand or acid. So you'd probably want to cast it after you jump in the water.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless you're okay. I mean, you have beef-ass hit points. It's only 2d6 fall damage, so...
Yeah, no, my luck, I take max damage, but...
Oh, you'll be fine.
I mean, I can see Pharos and Skull and...
Yeah.
So, I'm just gonna Dwarven Cannonball.
Okay.
Off the side.
Alright.
So, 5, 10, 15, 20... And then I'll cast... I'll move to right here, and then I'll cast Water Walk on myself, Pharos, Skull, and Spencer.
Nope.
Oh, no Spencer?
He doesn't.
I mean, Spencer, come on, eh? Come on, Spencer. Your mom won't let you play in the water, eh?
Oh no,
Come on,
he's gonna
Spencer.
go in the water.
Oh, okay. He
but-
just doesn't want to walk on the water. Fair enough.
Right?
Okay.
Let him enjoy the water, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, then it's just myself, Skull, and Pharos.
Okay. You guys now have Water Walk, which I don't technically have an icon for. So it's just whatever will help you remember that you can walk on water. Alright. Anything else from Thogrum?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Stroking out and stroking out. Spencer, to you.
Okay. Spencer will dive into the water. 30, and he will. Can swimming things be knocked prone?
According to our friends Jeremy Crawford, yeah, they can.
Yeah, okay, well, he will
It's
charge
called
sharp.
it's called floundering.
Yeah. He will try and charge the shark.
Okay.
Right in its stomach.
Yeah, you hit it. Okay. Mommy shark
Plus.
tries to make a strength saving throw. It fails. So as it's eating its former master, you slam into its gills and knock it over. And it takes some damage.
Sweet.
Okay.
Nice job, Spencer.
Yeah. That brings us to giant shark. No longer allowed to be called a dire shark. The giant shark, the Sahuaghin on his back, he like holds one finger like to his forehead, and you hear like Aquaman sounds, like and it begins surging forward, flopping Fatty into the water. She just sort of floats there, and the two of them hi-ho silver it over into the action zone. Let's see, they got a speed of 50, so they're gonna swim to here. And then swims to here. So it's really weird, Thagrum, because you can stand on the water and the shark is like underneath you, but you're standing on the water. It's like a whole thing. All right, that brings us to Sahuaghin number 8, who is oh my god, this one's actually able to do something. It lets out a and rushes forward to attack. Alright, let's see. It sees that this one being held in the arms of its ally is having a stroke, and they are intelligent opportunists, so it is going to make 2 melee attacks. One with its spear, which hits and is an auto crit, I believe. Hypnotic pattern? Is that auto crits? No, that's just you just stand there and you don't do anything. It's sleep that's the auto crits. Yep. All right, and then it's going to try and bite him. And sorry, these are all hidden. 17 for 3. So this guy is bloodied. So far, they have not killed any of these fishermen. All right, Coral Smasher. He just floats in the water like this is all good. This guy over here is going to continue fighting. He's going to attack this guy right there. There we go. Doop, doop. All right, bites him for 9. Sorry, stabs him for 9. Misses with his bite. So this guy 9 damage. He's still alive. Okay. All right, this crusher is stroking out. Your guy's ship. Permission to shoot their ballistas.
Yeah, at
Okay.
things that aren't things that aren't currently affected by hypnotic pattern.
Sure.
Like this, like a shark, like that shark.
Yeah. All right.
We're so spoiled. We have movable, aimable ballista. It's not just a part of the map.
The shark is hit for 31 points of damage.
Wow.
Yeah, as 2 harpoons are just kind of fired into it. And then they maintain position of the ship, or do you want them to try to get closer?
I mean,
Getting closer would run over Thagrum, so maybe not.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
maybe.
All right. All right, Katiaru.
How deep into the water is the shark that Thagrum is next to?
It is right below the surface. It is definitely there to threaten Thagrum in melee and allow the Sahuaghin to attack Thagrum and bite Thagrum. Yeah, so it is right at the surface of the water.
So if you'll allow it, Crash, let me know what you think.
Sure.
I think the cat would dive bomb into the water, trying to distract/help Thagrum,
Okay.
or anyone else who wishes to attack the shark.
It is a magical manifestation of your will. So even though the cat hates everything about this plan,
Oh,
I
it
know.
it doesn't. Okay.
All right, it does it. Poor
All
cat.
right. It does it. It just looks over at you, like.
This is not the first time you've done that.
All right. The next attack
Nope.
against it will be at advantage. All right, and we do have elevation tokens now for swimming, digging, and flying. So if you want to keep track of how deep you are in the water, that's a thing now. All right. Sahuaghin number 5 is stroking out. Number 4 is dead. And number 4 is no. I'm pretty sure you failed also, bro. Stroking out. There we go. This one is stroking out. Oh, hey. Thogrum, with your 47 armor class, I hope you're ready to get whooped by the CR 1/2 Sahuaghin. Here we go. Two-handed. And a bite. That is a 9 for 2 and a 5 for 4.
Ouch.
I don't think either one of those is gonna land.
Can you
No, yeah.
mathematically
maybe,
hit?
I don't know, maybe.
I don't think any of us thought those were.
You could
Wait,
combine
they-
both of those.
They can't mathematically hit him, can they?
Nat 20. Yeah, that's about it. So. Okay. So these two are having a stroke. Attacked. Priestess is super dead. Top of the round. All right. Yeah. We can run through one more round. Let's do this thing. You guys okay if it runs a little bit over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Sure.
jump on the shark.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right.
One way or the other, because we've all mathed this out. You are gonna whoop the shit out of them, but this will be the last round of this combat. So if you've got any big dick or fat vagina moves that you want to show off and be super cool, this is definitely the time to show off as much as possible. Because after this fight, you will be able to return to Saltmarsh victorious. So. Yeah, because sometimes fights are unfair in your favor, believe it or not. So Nikolai, what are you gonna do? You're concentrating right now on keeping those people stroking out.
Yeah, he's gonna run over here, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
With his big dick or fat vagina move.
Sure. Yeah. Equal opportunity, private part moves. Yep.
Oh, let's see. Hold on. Let's see how far it goes. Oh my god. 100 feet. Can he aim the lightning bolt into the water without hurting Thogrum?
Yeah. Lightning bolts don't care about science. Yeah. So they don't like suddenly turn into giant spheres of lightning in the water like they did in 2nd edition. They just are what they are.
34 points of damage on the Sahuaghin, yeah, and the shark.
And the big shark. All right.
Yeah.
Big shark. I'm gonna try that dexterity save. It fails. And Sahuaghin Rider
The only one I could jump on.
is just completely incinerated.
And the
It
shark
just- yeah.
still up, I'm guessing.
The shark is beefy boy. Takes the 34 damage. It is now bloodied.
Okay. That's all he can do. He's a happy guy.
Okay. Pharos, to you.
All right. I'll try and take a skull by the elbow and I intend to teleport ourselves over there.
Okay.
He's
okay.
willing.
You mean with that big teleport that hurts everyone around you when you leave?
When you arrive. When I arrive.
It's when you leave.
It's when I leave.
We're
Okay.
very important NPCs, but I
Okay.
don't want to die.
Can't you just
Okay.
dimension door?
I could just dimension door. That's true too.
Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
not in the middle of those being hypnoed, but save Uncle.
That's true.
Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, if you dimension door, yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to
Yeah.
go jump on the shark, but I guess that's cool too. I was gonna pick the shark up out of the water.
Uncle gives all the other fishermen life advice all the time.
That stash. Gotta
Yeah.
save that.
Why don't you go?
Okay. Well,
All right, you dimension door into the thick of it. Okay. All right, you have any bonus action or anything you want to do?
I guess I'll breathe acid on this one.
Oh, okay. It fails automatically its dexterity saving throw because hypnotized.
I actually don't have a breath weapon button.
Oh, okay. Just roll the dice then.
Yeah. Was it a skull?
It should be 3d6 right now.
3d6, okay.
All right, yeah, he takes 9 points of acid damage and begins screaming in Sahuaghin because he's melting from acid. That's not good. He kind of looks around wildly, trying to figure out what's happening, and sees the acid coming out of your mouth. A lot of connections are made. Anything else for Pharaohs?
That's it.
All right, Tari, you're up.
I am going to bonus action give 8 temp HP to that person, and that person.
Oh, okay.
And that person.
Nice,
and that
nice.
Person, and that person. Basically, everybody who's like in melee range with the Sahuaghin. And then
Okay.
I will just fire a crossbow bolt at the one that's attacking Uncle.
I also gave
Okay.
you I gave you the other one if you wanted to try it out.
Yeah,
Or crossbow.
I could do that. I like secretly want to be like Illyria when I grow up. So
Oh yeah, please, by all means. Excuse me.
Having played a dex-based sharpshooter, I can agree. It is it's a pretty sweet life. All right, yeah, that hits. This one takes the damage, looks around, sees what's going on over there. It is, for the first time, I guess, kind of noticing just how bad things are going. And it just sort of looks, it's looking left and right with its hammer. It sees all these targets. It's just like, oh my god. All right, anything else from Tari?
yeah, I'm just gonna back up a little.
Okay. Illyria, to you.
All right, I will see. You shot this guy, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll see that crossbow bolt. Shoot into it, and I will swap my mark prey to this one.
Okay.
And let's take a sharpshooter shot. For 20 damage.
It is bloodied.
And then let's do another one with the sharpshooter again.
It is dead. Choking on that third crossbow bolt, it just kind of stumbles and falls down on the deck of the ship. All of the nearby fishermen and sailors all let out huzzas because they are juicing on bard magic, and they are not going to die. At least they're pretty confident they're not going to die. Anything else from Illyria?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Let's see. Continues having a stroke. All right. The fishermen. Let's see. They are inspired by your efforts, and they will. They're going to try to beat up the two Sahuaghin that are here. So here we go. All right. So, yeah, they start kind of pounding away at it. This one is bloodied. This one is damaged. Over here. All right. Let's see. This smasher is that hunter shark. The hunter shark was ready in action. I think it will swim up and attack Spencer as his turn comes up. So, Spencer, rival fish. we go. You're not a fish, you're a mammal, but still. Or I guess you're a monstrosity. No, you're a beast. You're a beast. Here we go. Spencer's undamaged, so this is a normal attack. 17 for 14, though.
Yeah.
All right, if it swims up, it takes a big old bite out of Spencer. His well-salted blubber. You see the shark raise a fin to its mouth. Chef kiss. So, all right, Sahuaghin. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All stroking out. Coral Smasher stroking out. Skull to you.
Alright. I'm gonna put away the wand of magic missile.
Okay. Even though it's super fun to just shoot things from a distance and automatically hit them.
Yeah, it's not really what he's about. I kinda wanted to try it. He's gonna jump onto this big shark, whatever part's popping
Sure,
out.
give me an athletics check. Yeah, would you like to add the 2d6 fall damage to your attack roll damage if you hit?
Yeah.
Okay, you will take the fall damage, but it will take the fall damage as well, if you hit. Add a +2, because it was pretty badass to jump from the ship onto a shark. Make your attack roll.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah, okay, so...
and this would be sneak attack too, because Thogrum's there.
Yep, so you can double the bonus dice from fall damage, and double your sneak attack dice.
So I think just 3 more dice. Or, no, it'd be 4. 2d6, and I'm 1d6. I only have 1d6 sneak attack, so...
So 1d6, 2d6, you would have rolled 66 extra, so give me two more d6s.
Oh, really?
All damage dice will be doubled, even weird bullshit falling damage dice. Alright, so 22, 34, 41 points of damage.
Right.
It is still alive, but it lets out several bubbles, and the subtitle says oof as you land on it.
Okay, as my extra attack, I want to pick it up out of the water.
Okay, because you're standing on the water. Alright, yeah. Alright, give me an opposed athletics check. Giant shark, 23 strength. Here we go. Oh, it tried its best. But you pick it up out of the water. It starts making sad Magikarp sounds.
I'm gonna bring it over to this shark that's prone, technically. I'm gonna action surge and use it to hit this shark twice.
All right. Improvised weapon. We'll use strength for it.
I'm
go ahead and make
proficient with
strength.
improvised weapons because of
Never mind. Then use your shark weapon to attack.
I don't have that. I'll just do a regular short sword, or I'll just do a short sword.
Yeah, that hits. I would say that a shark does at least 1d6 points of damage. So you begin beating the other shark to death with this big shark. All right.
I'm looking at Ferris, looking at Skull doing this. Like, what the fuck is he doing?
That shark, which is floundering, is now bloodied as you begin bludgeoning it with a giant shark.
And then I'm
bloodied and embarrassed as hell.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to do my draconic roar just to, just show dominance.
Keep in mind that the shark that you're doing this with weighs 2,400 pounds.
Yeah, I probably could do this, but...
No, it's cool. It's buoyant in the water, and you're walking on the water, so I assume you drag the shark over, and then you're kind of club swinging it into the other one? Yeah,
into the side of the ship. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then as bonus action, I'm going to just roar, just cause I can.
Okay. They have to make saves? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wisdom or be afraid.
Is this against the big shark? Because I will give it disadvantage because you're using it as a club.
Anyone that I can see and can hear me, but I don't think these guys can hear me. They're too busy dealing with other things. So just these two sharks.
All right. Unsurprisingly, the shark being used as a club is frightened. Let's see. The shark being hit by the shark that is being used as a club is frightened, and the one who was making a chef kiss and now is making a Google-eyed, like, what the fuck am I watching, is not afraid because he doesn't believe what he's seeing. So, all right. Anything else, Skull?
Yeah, it's just a big Toronto Gore. I'd look over to see if Ebon Fang's watching, and that's it.
Yeah, you can see that he's like periscoping his head out from the slots, and then looking through the railing. His eyes wide with wonder.
All right.
That brings us to giant shark. This giant shark is dreaming of fish. It's just sort of having a good time over there. This Sahuaghin is stroking out. This one is permanently stroking out because it's dead. Alright, this one rights itself, uses a disengage action and swims away.
Well,
Does not want anything to do with you or this fight. So it's gonna go down 50 feet.
I'll maul at that one.
Oh, it's disengaging.
Okay. Yeah,
It's disengaging. It's
oh yeah,
disengaging.
it's
Sorry,
totally,
sorry,
it's
sorry,
totally like I don't want to be here anymore.
I just got hit
Alright.
with a shark.
Yeah.
Like, that never happens.
Alright. It doesn't get far. It's only about 40 feet down. So if you wanted to go after the shark, you could. But it's definitely trying to get the hell out of there. All right, Thogrum, to you.
Thorgrim's just gonna kind of sigh, like at the amazement of what's happened, and 5, 10. Can I guiding bolt this big boy right here? Actually,
I don't know if I saw the ping. Is it the one that's being used as a club, or?
no. Actually, I'm gonna attack the shark. I don't want it to hurt Spencer. So.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to spiritual weapon.
Bloop. All right, yeah, spiritual weapon.
At let's see, it automatically did it.
Oh,
I'm gonna
20,
do
yeah,
it
23 definitely hits.
at 4th level.
Oh yeah, takes 15 points of force damage. And then?
And then I'm going to smash it on the head.
Okay. Let's see. Its armor actually keeps it safe. Your hammer tries to follow the anvil, but just slides over the creature's slippery hide.
That's my turn.
All right. Let's see. Having a stroke. Spencer.
Alright, Spencer will see that the other one swam away, and maybe if we scare this one off, then it'll follow its brethren. So he will maul the one that isn't being helped.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. Yeah. As you kind of do a little like front somersault in the water and try to hit it, this thing is on high defense after being smashed by this magical anvil. Anything else from Spencer?
Nope, that's his turn.
Okay. That brings us to Giant Shark, who is currently grappled. There is only one creature that this Giant Shark who is scared would like to attack. It is the man creature that it is scared of. Since it is still close enough to do so, it would like to attack you. Skull, this is for you. Disadvantage because it is so scared. 16?
It does not hit at 19.
All right.
And
Yeah, you managed to keep its mouth well away from you as you continue to kind of spin it with your tail, like little Mario got a hold of Bowser's tail.
I would like to stab it with a repost though. That's a
Okay.
to me.
All right. Yeah, that hits. It is. You have advantage, right? Because it's afraid of you, or no?
No, it's only grapple.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Then, how does it die?
I just. Just right through the nose, I guess, with the sword, with the
Okay.
other hand holding it, and then I just let all the guts fall out.
That's embarrassing.
All right. This 2,400-pound shark, it dies, spilling a lot of stuff out into the ocean.
That was probably dumb. Why
You
did I
can
do
see
that?
that
Well,
it has been eating people, because you do see pieces of people float out of it as well. This shark, who was like, chef kiss, wait, it's getting crazy, I'm gonna get out of here. You see his eyes go full dark, and he's sticking around.
Oh no.
Down below, shark that was swimming away is like, wait, maybe, but it's scared, so it's like, it doesn't want to go near you, it'll just find someone else to eat. All right, Smasher, okay, this one. This one is going to take a disengage and jump off the ship. It's had enough of this. It's going to jump off the ship, sploosh down into the water when it lands, and try to swim away. So that is what it's doing with its turn. I don't even know why it disengaged. It's just one pirate next to it. Yeah, alright. Well, I call them all pirates because they share a stat block. Dude will try to stab it as it goes. It will not disengage. Misses. And so it's going to go really deep into the ocean. It's trying to get the hell out of there. Alright. Let's see. That guy's having a stroke. Your guy's ship. I mean, they'll start reloading ballistas, I guess, and maintain the position. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. If that is the case, Katyaru.
Seems like things are pretty well in hand.
Yeah.
I mean, just in case, Katyaru will fly 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. He'll fly over to the other ship, and just keep a little bit of watch, but he's good otherwise.
Okay.
He'll take the dodge action.
Alrighty. That brings us to a few more Sahuaghins. Let's see how things go for them. Let's see. Having a stroke, and that will be the end of the round. Suffice to say, with them hypnotized, they are easy prey for Pharos, who makes 3 attacks per round, Skull, who's making his way over there, Thogrum, who's got spiritual weapon, and then, himself, Illyria in the crow's nest. One by one, in less than a minute, you guys mow down the Sahuaghin raiders that do not manage to escape. The most impressive thing of all is that not a single fisherman died. They are beyond happy and impressed. When they return to port, they talk about you guys walking on water, which obviously pretty impressive. Using sharks as weapons to fight other sharks, disappearing on one ship and reappearing on the other ship, gunning down sea priestesses like that's nobody's business. The stories they tell are almost hard to believe for some people, but they are so earnest in their recounting of what they witnessed that your reputation within Saltmarsh, which was already really good. It's weird, right? Because you did all that crazy stuff in the dungeon, and like you think that would have really made like a lot of PR difference, but just kicking the crap out of these low-level monsters and saving these fishermen seems to have had an even bigger impact on your guys' local fame and prowess. So the people of Saltmarsh are absolutely floored by your efforts. You are compensated by the Fishermen's Guild. Hold on to your hats. 500 gold for your incredible heroics. They know that it's a lot of money, and that much money is a big responsibility. But it's a reward that you've well earned.
Nikolai, I think we should only take 400. We should let them have 100 back. What do you all think?
I like
Yeah,
that. Yeah. I
like
feel
medical
bad
bills
taking
for
it.
the.
Yeah, they can repair their ship or
Yeah.
buy things for my kobolds that work, well, not my kobolds anymore, but kobolds that work as blacksmiths in Saltmarsh.
Yeah, we appreciate the money, but we do not need all.
Oh wow! Turning down a portion of the reward only makes people respect you even more. There's talk that in this day and age of corporate sellouts like Acquisitions Incorporated, it's refreshing that there are adventurers out there who still care about the people, that they're doing it because it's the right thing to do. Yeah. So now basically anywhere you guys go in town, you get free stuff. It is negligible free stuff, like, hey, here's a bagel, that kind of thing. But it's kind of cool because, you get free drinks and free food when you go places, that kind of thing. But yeah, you guys are famous enough now that everyone in Saltmarsh knows your names and faces. So some people would say that's really good. Some people might not feel comfortable with that. But you do return to Saltmarsh, and as you do, you are approached by a great many NPCs. I will parade them out to you before we end the session so that you have time to think about what you would like to do next. And maybe, in a perfect world, you tell me early in the week so that I could better prepare that particular adventure for our session, at least by Saturday morning. But whatevs. All right. So, wow, where do I start? NPC number 1 is your buddy, Copperlocks. We have Copperlocks over here. Let's see, Copperlocks. There we go. All right. You've worked for her before. She tells you that the complex they discovered beneath the mines, the one that you blew open an entrance with your dynamite, and it played like a little Zelda sound when you did it. There is essentially a very frightening shrine that they have discovered down there. Any who have approached it to try and investigate it further have lost their minds. The only thing that they do now is hum or sing as they stare out towards the sea.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
It's like
Yeah.
I've already used this once today, but it's like the Ewoks in the Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. If you were to go and follow up and listen to this music, Tari, the melodies are eerily similar to the ghost of the mermaid princesses.
Ooh.
All right. Gallon says, okay, so I got a couple jobs. The first one is pretty much the whole job, but if you wanted to break it into smaller jobs, I guess you could. I have contacts in the ocean world. It's like the underworld, but like the ocean. So anyways, there's apparently like a really big fortress of Sahuaghin, and they are rallying all the smaller fortresses and baronies in the ocean, and they're up to something. So, I have allies amongst the local merfolk. You could, if you were interested in this, go and meet with them to get more information, and then go do some reconnaissance on the Sahuaghin's fortress. Or you could just go directly there. Either way, I'm willing to pay a significant amount of money to find out what those shark bastards are up to. So, that's a thing. So there's that. Then he also says, but there's also this other job that came up, and they're both very important jobs. So don't feel like one is better than the other. But I wouldn't really trust anyone else to do either of these jobs, except you guys. Some business partners of mine, they have lost something that is important to them, and I need it retrieved. Now, I could get somebody else to do it, but, if you could do it, that'd be really great. But it's apparently like another cultist situation, and yeah, I know you guys have dealt with cultists before, you're like experts, but so that's a thing. Honestly, I'd rather have you guys with all your amazing magics and stuff check out the Sahuaghin. I could just hire some locals or some kids or something, not actual kids, but less experienced people could maybe track down the missing item. So that's what I've got for you. So just think about it. Let me know. Let me know what you come up with. So there's that. And then let me double check, make sure I'm not forgetting anything here. Oh yeah. Okay. So your buddy Olivar, not Olivar, excuse me. Your buddy Olms Oakham and his niece Olivia, going way back in time for this one. They approach you guys because they have been robbed. Yeah.
Okay.
So he informs you that
They broke in the night and they took all my notes, all my research that I've been doing on the local ruins, the ones that you helped me get about she who slumbers in the deep. They took everything, and they almost killed poor Olivia. And you see Olivia is pretty banged up. She's in pretty bad shape. She's apparently had her throat cut, and it was a whole thing. You guys kind of went by the house to get this information, per like him sending somebody to ask you guys to go. But yeah, he's distraught. She's obviously super distraught. She can't say much because they cut her throat when they broke into the house. But she was able to draw a picture of her assailants, and they look like tiny versions of Skull and Pharaohs.
Interesting.
And Olms says,
I don't have all that much money left. I've been funding so many research expeditions into the lizard swamp and up and down the coast to learn more about she who hungers in the deep. And well, I'm sure I could come up with something if you're willing to get back my notes. I know it's a long shot. Other than this drab drawing that my niece made. Sorry, dear. It's very nice, but it's not much to go on. If I didn't know any better, I would say they're kobolds, I guess.
And Olivia kind of nods her head vigorously.
That's super embarrassing that we were robbed by kobolds, but I guess at least we're still alive.
At the very least, can I just offer them a place to stay?
Yeah, I mean, they have a house, but if you
I
think
know.
that they'd be
They
safer
feel
at your
nervous
place...
staying there or something.
Okay, yeah,
or
sure.
They can always
sure.
stay at my place. And...
Okay. Yeah, I mean, their place is in ruins, because it was one of those, like, flip the joint kind of things. And so yeah, he slept through it because, as you've experienced firsthand, he's kind of a deep sleeper. When you were camping buddies, and she didn't, and it didn't work out so well. She caught the kobolds in the act, and they nearly killed her. So, but then they went and pretty much took anything that was paper. They took all his papers. So he's extremely distraught. He's worried. He doesn't know what kobolds are going to do with that information, but he does tell you that the notes, they indicate that some great magical event is set to happen in the upcoming weeks or months. I haven't been able to calculate exactly when, but something incredible is going to happen soon, you see. And I'm not so sure it's a good thing. In fact, I'm pretty confident it's pretty bad. And he just kind of looks at you guys, hoping against hope that you'll do his quest, even though your quest log is very full.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll discuss over Discord.
Yeah, totally.
Yep.
Okay. Luck of the Draw approaches you guys when Ebenfeg is down for a nap, and he's like,
All right, so some of the nobles in Daggerford, they're pooling their money. Apparently, word got out that this baby is on the loose. 10,000 gold if we hand over the baby. I mean, that's pretty good, guys. 10,000 gold.
No.
Oh, wait, well,
No,
Who
it's
won?
not gonna happen.
do you have the names of these people?
oh, if the nobles that want the baby, I mean, they're working through an intermediary. I mean, you know how the Zendharim do. You know what I'm saying?
Mr. Luck of Draw, unfortunately, we will not be handing over a baby for money.
All right, look, I just didn't want you to have hurt feelings when this was all over and be like, look, we could have had 10,000 gold and you didn't tell us about it. That's all.
Luck, how do you feel about us not taking money for baby?
I don't know. You
I
guys
know,
are
it's tough.
you're very confusing to me, but fascinating but confusing.
We
This
will
is
need
good
to-
information that
We-
people are
Thank you.
getting
Yeah.
more worried, and that they're willing to go to this to,
But why
you
the
know, we won't be
nobles want
blindsided.
We will need to ensure that you do not.
Well, you guys already knew that the nobles
so,
of Daggerford were in
baby.
thick with Zentarum, so I feel like this isn't new news, right?
That's fair, that's fair.
And you know the Zentarum, I mean, you know how they do, so.
Will you keep baby safe if we ask you to keep baby safe?
I mean, that's the job I've been hired to do.
Alright, good.
You've been great friends so far, so.
Well, I mean, as those things go, probably not, but it's fine. It's fine. I haven't betrayed you yet, despite numerous opportunities to do so.
Isn't that literally the antithesis of the job that you're good at?
Keeping something alive instead of killing things? Yeah, it's whatever.
Well, hey, what if he told you to kill these nobles? Can we hire you to do that?
I'm sure. I'd have to find out who they are, but yeah, that's gonna cost you though.
If we
Oh,
can,
good time.
we can pay.
All right.
Wait, we're gonna kill a bunch of nobles?
not necessarily, but we want.
He's just
we
warning
want-
us about, you know.
Yeah, have to
Just in case, let's
explore the
pay.
space.
Okay. You guys do receive word that Harbin Wester's goodwill campaign finally bore fruit. The dragon
God.
that had been plaguing his town
Uh,
was killed by some adventurers. So that quest is no longer available. I know you had your heart set on it, but
It was
it's over.
Geralt of
Yeah.
Rivia, wasn't it?
We
We saw him take those
yeah.
billets.
let's see. So we got mermaids. We've got investigating the Sahuaghin's hideout. We've got a secret eldritch shrine beneath the town that drives people insane. We've got cultists who stole something valuable from a quote-unquote friend of Gellin Primewater. We've got nobles / the Zentarum after the baby. We've got the dragon herself after the baby. And we've got Oakham being robbed.
You're welcome. We narrowed it down a lot. Crash.
All right. Yeah.
We're
So-
like down to like 2 or 3 things, or 10. I don't know.
Okay. So those are the new quests that are active. Do you have any old quests in your quest book that you wanted to check on to see if they were still available, or do you just want to throw your old quest book in the trash and just start with this fresh one?
Has
What
the guy
There's
that?
some
Oh,
people
sorry.
who
Go
went-
ahead.
There's some
No, you go
people
ahead.
who went missing in the swamps.
That's
There's
true.
some gnolls attacking the roads. No.
The gnolls have
Oh,
actually
right.
not been seen recently, and the people, through further investigation, were people that were a part of Oakham and Ferris's group. So you can actually close both of those quests out.
All right. I was
All right.
making sure. Sorry.
No worries.
Um,
What were you gonna say, Leary?
Oh, I was gonna ask if that traveling animal salesman has ever come back to town.
He
Oh
has
yeah, that
not. Yeah,
asshole.
The Sword Coast is quite large, so he is more than likely way up by Neverwinter at this point, or
Is
maybe
the-
down in Kalasham. It's hard to say. They had a
so-
bad situation where one of their performers was murdered while they were in Saltmarsh, and yeah, so there was this whole like murder investigation. Their own people got accused, and so they left Saltmarsh with a bad taste in their mouth. It's doubtful that they will be returning anytime soon.
Is that here doing okay, or is like?
I mean, Skull could 25 words or less text this girl, find out how it's going.
I was going to check up on that, but I was doing it after session.
Yeah,
Clear.
but you find out that he did manage to find his way there. Killed a lot of stuff on his way there. Basically tried to establish dominance over the entire tribe. She is working very hard to keep him from claiming dominance over the tribe. A lot of the lizard folk think he's super cool. Some of them are frightened of him, but since they're more frightened of the dragon, and he is a huge blowhard and claims that he will defeat the dragon if she shows up, and the lizard folk don't understand lying very well, they believe him. So he's kind of set himself up like fake hero. You know what I mean? You know that plot line?
Yeah.
Where the guy's like, I'm the greatest hero in the land, but never actually does anything. So he basically gets like fed like mountains of meat and treated like a king, and occasionally helps them on hunts.
Okay, I'll probably have a word with him later.
But
yeah.
politically, it does bring peace to her people. So even if he's just like a fake hero, it's still keeping her people from straight
Totally
up panicking.
freaking out, yeah.
All right. Finally, Tari, you are invited back to hang out with Lady Primewater. And she shows you her finished painting.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All right. In fact, she offers to give you the painting because you have always been so sweet to her. All the times that you have met. It is a beautiful painting. It's pretty big, so you might want to figure out a place to hang it. But it is completed.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I mean that's cool.
It's a really large hand. Oh my gosh.
If it's
Just
a crack,
blew it up. That's creepy.
Yeah. if it's a cracked hand, let's get it.
That's not okay.
No, it's terrifying.
I didn't need to sleep tonight, anyways.
And Tari, you feel her ice cold hand in yours, and she just sort of is staring at the painting and sort of swaying left and right as she just kind of stares at it.
Yeah, I sway with her.
Okay.
Maybe
then-
add a slight hum to it that's like a little spooky, but like a little uplifting. Just like
Yeah.
not like a full on like.
And then she just kind of says, "And now you've seen her, and she's seen you." And that's where we'll leave off. All right.
Thank you
Cool.
for the painting. Yeah, thanks.
That was
Yeah.
fun.
All right. So, a lot to do. Definitely hash it out, figure out what you want to pursue next, and we will go in that general direction. All right. Any questions before we adjourn? Huh? Okay. Sorry I kept everybody up a little bit late tonight. Announcements. There's a West Marches starting that's set in Schultz. It will be harder than any game I currently run. There are some pretty brutal house rules that will be in play. If you're ever like, man, Dungeons and Dragons, this will be way harder. This is your chance to prove yourself wrong, or right, or right.
Crash.
So,
Who? If we want to join, who should I contact?
Will is running the game. There's a
Okay.
channel for it down below. He's
Yeah.
only one guy, and I think he's running it once or twice a week. It's a West Marches, so there's no set schedule, and there's technically no limit on players. But it's a first come first serve situation. It is
Cool.
it's free to play as well. I ran to Annihilation, and I know a lot about Chult, so I offered to run a couple of one-shots there that would allow people to use their West Marches characters from that in whatever Chult-based one-shots I ran. So those might be popping up in June or July. Not able to do a summer Extra Life simply because a full 24-hour event is like so much prep work ahead of time, and then the actual running, and then the recovery and all that. And my day job is too crazy with COVID and adapting to COVID and all that stuff. So I'm still going to run one in November, a 24-hour marathon. I encourage everybody to, in June and July, run some one-shots or participate in one-shots you see being run on our server, because they are all going to have like a registration fee to play, but all of the June and July one-shots will be donated to Extra Life.
Yeah, let me know for June and July. Yeah.
So yeah, if anybody is interested in running one, let me know. We'll get word out there so people could sign up and all that good stuff. If you decide you want your one shot to have in-app purchasing to help raise more money, you could certainly get away with doing that. So if you want to allow them to buy points of lucky or anything else with donations, I mean, might as well. And then the build contest right now is the most wholesome character. If you aren't entering and you want to be a judge, hit me up and I'll give you the information to be a judge, because we're going to have 3 secret judges judging the entrance. I think that's it. So, hope everybody stays safe and healthy, and hopefully things will start getting back to normal. And enjoy your week, everybody.
A good one.
Thanks, Crash.
Awesome.
right.
Thanks
Yeah,
so
that was
much.
fun.
Thank you.
Night,
Yep.
everyone.
Night.
Night, everybody.